mark. You think about what he's done with this program. You think about the last few seasons, 9 wins, then the blip in 19, and then last year coming right back with 8 wins on the season. So he's got that standard now lifted high here in Raleigh, and there's a reason why there are a lot of butts in the seats here at Carter Finley Stadium. They're excited about what their football team brings to the table. Andre Schmidt puts toe to leather, and we are underway. Bam Knight from his own 7. Sidesteps a couple of tacklers before being corralled at the 23-yard line, and we'll see NC State and Devin Leary taking the field.
Yeah, Devin Leary, he's been phenomenal this year. Again, you look at quarterbacks around the ACC, they've all been really good, but Devin Leary has been so consistent and really turnover-free. It wasn't really, until that Florida State game at the end of the half where he threw that Hail Mary that got intercepted, that broke one of the longest streaks in the country of no interceptions thrown. But he's settled down, 2 interceptions last week. He wants to come and be more efficient in this game early against Syracuse.
Tonight, he gets wrapped up after a gain of 3. We talked at the open, Mark, about this NC State rush defense. Syracuse, no slouches in that area either.
No, they're not at all. I mean, when you talk about rush defense, they're only giving up 129 yards a game, which, if you're used to watching the NFL, that's a lot. But in college, that's not a lot at all. They're 4th in the ACC. And so, it's going to be a test. And you've seen NC State go away from the run early in games. Let's see if they stick with it.
Leary to the outside, has a receiver. That's a Mezzi right at the stick. Flag on the play. We'll check the laundry, but I think that's going to be a first down if it stands. You can hear Jeff Flanagan, our referee today, saying it's offsides against Syracuse decline. That'll be a first down. And NC State successful in their first series and moving the chains once.
And that's kind of why they go away from the run. We talked to Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator, and say, how come you didn't run the ball more last week versus Wake Forest? He said, have you seen the wide receivers I have? We got to throw them the ball. We got to let them get touches. Early in this game, though, you've seen 2 of those runs on early downs, and I think that gets this offense in more of a rhythm, Chris, and allows the play-action shots to come open later in the game.
Kel Jones with the stop for Syracuse. Pick up a 4 yards.
Second down and 6 from the 37-yard line.
Big old Cody Roscoe, too, leads his team with 8 sacks. They get after the quarterback. That's another thing Syracuse does very well defensively.
I mean, tell me about it. They have 34 sacks on the season, which is 5th in the nation. And Cody Roscoe, he's one of those guys who really came out of nowhere this year. And he's been phenomenal. 8 sacks on the season.
Coming with 5, but picked up. Leary has time. Oh, receiver broke open. But Leary couldn't hit Devin Carter, and that's saying something because Carter measures up at 6'3", Amezi's 6'3", C.J. Riley's 6'4". They just stamp these wideouts out of the mold, don't they?
I mean, you talk about the targets that they got. You see right here, right? We're not showing size, but these guys are big dudes, except for maybe Thayer Thomas. He's kind of the route runner, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He was a walk-on. He didn't get a scholarship here. He earned that scholarship in 2018, but probably the best route runner. And he's a guy that really scares the defense, especially Syracuse defense. They're keying on number 5.
Leary to throw again, has time to the outside. It's his man. That's going to be a first down. And you mentioned Thayer Thomas. Didn't have to run much of a route there, just hanging out on the far side, and Leary found him.
Yeah, he found him. And Thayer Thomas, I don't know what it is about Syracuse games, but he loves playing against Syracuse. Last year, he had a big game, 9 catches for 102 yards. He had 3 touchdowns in that game up at Syracuse. He's just been a consistent performer week in and week out for Devin Leary.
Movement on the offensive line. NC State will move back 5.
Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Grant Gibson, the starting center, nearby Charlotte, moving back 5 yards.
After the penalty, Wolfpack first down at 15 from their own 40-yard line.
It was interesting last week. It was a big game, right? As far as ACC implications are concerned, that Wake Forest NC State game was as big as it gets.
It's a nice catch. Leary lost his footing, but got it to Penix.
It looked early in that game like both teams kind of felt the pressure of the moment. Some turnovers, some sloppy play, and that's not what we're used to seeing at NC State. And so you've seen right now, I mean, this drive, you know, it hasn't traveled very far, but they've been consistent, and they've been mixing up the play calls to try to keep Syracuse guessing.
Yeah, the one thing that we saw last week was a low-scoring first half. It doesn't matter when you talk about some of these teams in the ACC. They can still get up in the 50s. We even saw that a little bit today in that Wake Forest-Clemson game. Teams are never really out of it. Bring up third down and short here for NC State. They want to try and keep this drive alive, and Syracuse is going to try and get their defense off the field. Opening drive of the game for NC State. They've taken that opening kickoff, put a couple of first downs on the board, looking to keep this drive alive, but they got to convert this third down to do it.
See Bam Knight there, he's had a phenomenal year. In his career, he averages 5.6 yards per carry, which is #1 in NC State history.
Fake tonight. Leary's going to go downfield. Knocked away at the last minute. Amezi was down there, and that was Deuce Chestnut, the true freshman out of Camden, New Jersey, in coverage.
Yeah, great coverage by Deuce Chestnut, the freshman, and really good job. This play was set up well. Leary saw his guy, and watched the adjustment by Justin Barrett, number 23, coming over to help in that middle post safety with Deuce Chestnut. You see, got a little grab with that right arm on the back of Amezi, but you'll get plenty of contact from Amezi and Carter this game, and so these defensive backs are going to have it on their own. And now the offense stays on the field as they're going quick to the line of scrimmage. Oh, and I think they might have.
Now we got all kinds of movement, both offensively and defensively. The officials will have to sort it out, and I think it's going to go against the pack.
Yeah, Marlowax moved, but I don't think he crossed into the neutral zone.
Start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Big ol' Icky. And man, Akwanu, to get him going, that's saying something.
Yeah, and watch too. He took that little jab step, but since he was a yard off the ball, he didn't cross into that neutral zone, didn't cross the plane of the football. And it was a good job just lining up correctly to give yourself a little bit of leniency in any movement.
Trenton Gill will now punt it away. Courtney Jackson standing by at his own 10. Fair catch. He makes it at the 9, and that's where we will see Syracuse take over offensively for the first time this afternoon. Still scoreless early in Raleigh.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
It's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
It's bow time.
Hey, babe, what are you thinking for dinner?
I don't know. Something good?
Oh, super helpful.
Huh?
I got it.
I got it.
When the holiday season is your busy season, drop a big bow box on it. With a sleigh full of bone-in or boneless chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea, if it's Christmas time, it's bow time.
Anybody that wants to maximize their workout, anybody that feels that their energy reserves are not what they used to be, True Nitrogen slowly builds energy in your cells. It's like beast mode for your cells. I'm Shannon Sharp, and I'm a true believer.
I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I can't tell you the last time I looked at my credit card statement. Hi, I'm Yaya, founder of Truebill, a simple app to help you stay on top of your spending, save money, and make sense of your finances. It's an automated accountant for busy people. Download Truebill today.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Last year. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score. Van Dyke, hits Rooster, took the hit. Orange on the field for their first offensive possession of the day after forcing a NC State punt. There's Garrett Schrader, transfer from Mississippi State, assumed the starting role earlier part of the year, about a month into the season. And obviously his running ability coupled with the ability of Sean Tucker, who comes into this game with almost 1,400 yards rushing, is what powers this offense. Schrader will throw on first down, avoids the rush. Will try and make something with his legs and gets what he can before being forced out of bounds by Vi Jones. Vi Jones, the linebacker for NC State, the coaching staff said he is key in terms of keeping an eye on Schrader in open field.
Well, he's the most athletic linebacker that NC State has. And he's 6'3", 230 pounds, and he moves like a safety. You know, Levi Jones, he's a guy that can really do a lot of things, and he makes this 3-3-5 stack work for this NC State defense. And you saw that last play, a little trickeration. I don't think anybody expected the first play of the game to be a pass from Syracuse.
And it ended up being a run.
Right.
Even with that said, that's a pass that goes incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Trying to hit Quealy on the slant, and it was at his feet.
And this is something that Dino Baber's got to be careful about. Syracuse is a team that they are a run-first, run offense, and you can't start messing around. You can't feed into NC State's prowess, which is their defense. And so having a drive end in a 3-and-out to start this game off.
Play clock reset.
Basically, you don't want to do that, right? Because then now NC State starts feeling like, oh man, last week was a fluke, and this is our defense. We are ready to go.
Impact defensive coordinator Tony Gibson said we have got to get them behind the chains, and that's exactly what they have done on this possession. Schrader to throw. Now the pressure off the edge. He's going to go down. Drake Thomas came in and forced him to move up into the pocket, and he had nowhere to go.
They are going to bring stunt games up front, and pressure can come from anywhere. That is a staple of this Tony Gibson 3-3-5 defense. You see Drake bend around the corner and just get low. Garrett Schrader had no chance with a 3-man route, and that's what this NC State defense can do. Even though you are max protecting, they're bringing so many loopers that it's tough to sort it out, and one came free.
The Orange forced a punt from their own end zone. That's a good kick. Thomas from midfield. Good return to the 36, so NC State now set up nicely for their second possession of the day.
Then you just saw Thayer Thomas almost scoot through there. If you're NC State, you are happy on any sort of kick return, whether it's kickoff return. You got Bam Knight back there, who is the special teams ACC Special Teams Player of the Week after his performance last week. He had 3 return kickoffs for 194 yards and a touchdown, and then Thayer Thomas is a phenomenal punt returner too, so that adds to their field position game.
Fresh set of legs and tailback as well. You saw Bam Knight in that first drive. How about Ricky Person here? Tries to cut it back inside and just gets what he can. That's going to equate to about 2 yards.
Number 8, Ricky Person is the ball carrier. Tackled by number 9.
And you talk about, like, they have that two-headed backfield, and it's not really a two-headed monster because they don't get as carries carries as you necessarily would think they would get. Last year, I think we saw a really steady balance of, you're getting Bam Knight the ball, you're getting Ricky Persons the ball. Combined, they would have about 30 touches a game. As of late, they really have not gone to the run game as much. It's been more quick passes to the outside. Now they have their big people in 2 tight ends, so let's see if they stick to the run game.
Person again. This time he muscles his way for a couple of extra yards. Marlo Wax, just a great name for a linebacker on the stop. It'll bring up another 3rd and short after a 5-yard run.
And one thing we've seen and we've learned just from talking to Tim Beck and the offensive coordinator for NC State is that he really game plans around the strengths of the opponent. And not every team does that. But when you look at Syracuse defensively, we mentioned that they were good versus the run, but versus the pass, they're 27th in the country, only allowing 190 yards per game. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot less of the pass early in the game on early downs.
Again, going with the run to Person. And he's going to come up shy of that first.
And the ball is out.
Came out. And they blew the whistle, and now they're going to have to stop it. Yeah, the ball came out, but we heard the whistle. We do have a Syracuse player down, so all kinds of action on the field. Coach Babers telling his team just hang in there. And that's going to be Josh Black. That's bad news for the Orange. He's one of their best pass rushers on the outside. Yeah, the ruling that Person's forward progress was stopped. It'll bring up 4th down in about a yard. We'll take a break while that Syracuse staff looks at Josh Black.
Zaxby's boneless wings meal couldn't possibly get any better. I stand corrected. The Great 8 boneless wings meal with your choice of sauce, just $7.99, only at Zaxby's. And see Ghostbusters Afterlife exclusively in movie theaters.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Of all the things that made Scrooge pout, he most disliked running and striding about. Until he discovered the Peloton tread. Sprinting and lifting sweat dripped from his head.
Good things happen to those who hustle.
His legs sang out like a Christmas choir. This grunt was #on fire. Yeah. Now Scrooge ran the holidays, no doubt. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
Fuel your grind with Gatorade's proven formula and the right blend of electrolytes to help you on your journey to greatness.
America! After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera.
Like everyone that worked from home or welcomed a new family member.
They're all the dogs.
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $1,000 off the epic iPhone 13 Pro.
Josh Black walked off under his own power. That's the good news for Syracuse. They may not get the football back, though, after this replay. Let's take a look at this and let's listen for the whistle.
Yeah, Chris, there's a, because the ruling was that forward progress was stopped, that's not reviewable.
Right.
Now, you heard the whistle blow after the ball was already out, and this is the type of thing that the refs are coached to let that play on, so that way they can review it afterwards, but that's an unreviewable play. Now it's 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, and they're going for it.
Again, Penix. He's trying to lean for the marker, and I don't think he got it. And you can see the Syracuse coaching staff celebrating. NC State got a reprieve on the call, and Mikel Jones and McKinley Williams put a stop to NC State.
And it's, man, it's surprising, too, that they decided to go for that. They're right on the edge of Christopher Dunn's field goal range. He had a 46-yarder.
7 minutes and 35 seconds, please.
He had a 46-yarder versus Wake Forest, and that would have been, about a 46-yarder. They decided to go for it, but good job defensively by Syracuse on making that stop.
So NC State has been in Syracuse side of the field on both of their drives in this first half, and they come away scoreless. Good coverage that time by Chris Ingram. Chris Ingram is having to start in this game because Shaheem Battle, their starting cornerback, is out in the first half after being called for targeting last week.
Yeah, it's a great point. And Chris Ingram, he's got some playing time. Last week he had to go in the game, and he stepped up. He played pretty well. And when you talk about games where you don't want your starting cornerbacks to be out, this isn't necessarily one that's too bad of a thing. There haven't been too many weapons for Syracuse on the outside.
Schrader, design run, gets maybe 2. Daniel Joseph staying home and making the stop.
And I think we haven't talked enough about the effect that Garrett Schrader has on the football game, too. When you talk about Garrett Schrader and Sean Tucker combined, they have rushed for 2,075 yards. It's the most by any duo in the country. They've also rushed for 24 touchdowns combined, so they can do it on the ground. But what NC State has done, they're forcing them into 3rd and longs, as you mentioned, passing downs.
And not a single carry for Sean Tucker yet in this game. Schrader to throw, pressure coming on the outside, he'll be sacked, but that's going to be a penalty that'll continue with this drive. That's going to be a call against NC State. You see Daniel Joseph applying the pressure, but he got Garrett Schrader in the head.
Personal foul, blow to the quarterback's helmet, number 99, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Extending the drive, Mark.
And if there's one thing that Sean Tucker absolutely needs to work on, is his pass pro. He has not been very good all year. This time Sean Tucker is on Daniel Joseph, and you see Daniel Joseph go for the pump fake and just gets his hand caught on Garrett Schrader's helmet. And by rule, that's forcible contact to the head or neck area.
No gray area there.
No.
That's 15 yards. So will Sean Tucker finally get his first carry of the game here on first down? He will. And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage. Devon Betty, who has assumed that starting role at that weak side linebacker spot, dropping him for a 3-yard loss.
Well, this defense is built for linebacker production. And whether it's Peyton Wilson at that will spot or Devon Betty, there are a lot of run-through gaps from that backside. Devon Betty, he is a young player. He's a true freshman, but he has been phenomenal. Sorry, second-year COVID freshman, but he's been phenomenal the later part of the season.
Schrader to pass again. Quealy just coming out of his break, and the ball was already there, and it falls incomplete. 3rd down and long now for Syracuse. Tony Gibson, NC State's defensive coordinator, said it is absolutely imperative that we win first down. And that is exactly what his defense has done. Syracuse has been in 3rd and long in each of their 2 drives now, and this is the 2nd time on this drive. Ball gets away from Schrader. And he's just going to have to throw this one away, and takes a shot, and another flag. So for the 2nd consecutive 3rd down and long on this drive, Mark, a flag is going to extend the drive for the Cuse.
This one's more debatable. We'll have to take a look at the replay.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
There you see Coach Doring encouraging his defense. All of a sudden, Syracuse is now in Wolfpack territory after this near disaster for the Orange.
And you see Corey Durden, 48, the nose tackle.
I get it, but he definitely could have let up. You know what I'm saying? Schrader threw the football, Durden saw him throw the football, and then he delivered the hit.
If you can have an opportunity to let up and you don't, they're calling that. You have to know that if you're a defensive player. You know, if you're playing football 10 years ago, they give you a second. It's okay if you've already started to make a tackle, then they will let it go. But when you don't, they won't. And another good short tackle on that play.
Needed to make that too.
Derek Pitts. Yeah, you're right.
Schrader might have been gone.
Yeah, you're right.
He picks up a good 5-6 yards on first down, so that's what Syracuse needs to do, even though it isn't Tucker that's getting it done. Now Tucker's trying to get to the outside. Squirts through for a first down, but we've got another flag on the play. That's going to be a hold against Syracuse, so Tucker's best gain of the day is for naught.
Well, came in today, and Sean Tucker was 10 yards away from breaking the record, or 11.
Holding offense number 60, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
11 yards away from breaking Joe Morse's record, and now he's 14 yards away. I think he had a negative yard. Now, negative yard rushing. Now, he's got a little bit longer ways to go, but He is, you look at those names and the names that he's passed, the Jim Browns, and he has played a phenomenal season of football.
Now Cooper Lutz is the tailback. He'll take a swing pass and gets hit almost immediately. Tyler Baker-Williams met him in the backfield, and Syracuse is going the wrong way.
I'll tell you what, this NC State team, they feed off the crowd. I mean, there's a reason why they've won 8 straight in this stadium dating back to last year. Because this defense, when they hear the crowd get behind them, they are tough. And they've been tough so far. 3rd and long again.
Tucker split to the top of your screen, and we're going to get more movement. We had a lot of laundry already today.
Ball start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Josh Aloha, who's forced into the starting rotation today at guard because Kalen Ellis is ill. Just can't quite keep his feet under him. Once again, Mark here, empty backfield, 5 wide. Tucker was a very good pass catcher, one of them. 3rd and 20. Schrader looking to throw, has time over the middle, has a receiver. Can he get the first down? Cannot. Damian Alford, the big Canadian, brought it in, but maybe that gives Dino Babers now an opportunity to think maybe we could go for it here. 15 yards on the pitch and catch.
Good job stepping up in the pocket. This is one of the few times that NC State decided not to bring pressure on 3rd and forever. Maybe they were nervous of getting another roughing the passer penalty, but Garrett Schrader, good job stepping up, finding his receiver. I'd like to see Alford just kind of lean forward, turn upfield right when you catch it. But on 4th and 4, with Sean Tucker not in the backfield, you got to have a spy. Let's see if it's Drake Thomas. He spies Schrader.
Schrader gets rid of it quickly, incomplete. Now a flag comes. Sherrod Johnson was the intended receiver. Will this be another drive-extending foul against NC State?
Defense number 4. The penalty's an automatic 1st down, spot of the foul.
It will be Joshua Pierre-Louis guilty of the infraction. Once again, the sticks move because of a penalty.
Well, that's the 3rd 1st down caused by a penalty on this drive. And there's been no production offensively for Syracuse other than these penalties. 15 total yards, 16 total yards of offense.
And more importantly, 3 first downs. Schrader nowhere to go again.
And Dave Doran talked to us this week, and he mentioned the penalties. 14 penalties last week for NC State versus Wake Forest, and he felt like they were a little bit lopsided, but when you look at today, you would have hoped that NC State would have come out knowing that, understanding, look, they're going to call games tight later in the season, and the message was not received because there have been a lot of penalties so far in this game on NC State's side.
Orange once again behind the chain, 2nd and 14. Tucker on the receiving end, and you can see that hit coming. Ingram has gotten off to a good start in this game, getting the start because Battle is having to sit in this first half because of that targeting last week, and he's made 2 plays.
Well, there's certain things that happen when you have to have a player sit out, especially a starter. First of all, there's a lot more pressure on the backup, different preparation, different knowledge of what you're going to get. But also sometimes the backups will shine. And so far in this game, Chris Ingram has been phenomenal at that boundary corner position.
Tucker split wide at the bottom of your screen. Schrader takes the snap low. He can run, but he gets tripped up. Thomas spying him the whole way and brings him down, and this will bring up another 4th down.
And Drake Thomas, he is so good at this. When he spies quarterbacks, he attacks the line of scrimmage. Watch 32. He is responsible for the quarterback. However, he puts pressure on an offensive lineman. So often, linebackers will just sit a yard behind the offensive lineman and not attack. And that's not the way you should you should spy quarterbacks. It's just not the right way to teach it. Drake Thomas, phenomenal job of understanding, look, I'm going to occupy a blocker, get off, find the quarterback, make a play.
Ian Hawkins into punt for Syracuse. Thayer Thomas at his own 9. Flags fly.
Play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Man, we've had some penalties here in this first quarter. Even penalties that don't really seem to matter a whole lot, like that one. They'll move Syracuse back 5 yards. Hawkins, the freshman, will put his boot to it. Thomas stays at his 10.
North Carolina State declined the distance. 4th down.
That's why.
That's a chess move by Doran. He said, you want to take a false start penalty? Okay. See Doran there. I'll tell you what, these two coaches have a lot of respect for each other. They've gone against each other a bunch.
Good kick by Hawkins. Kills it inside the 10. And NC State will take over from their own 6 when we come back. Scoreless final minute in the first quarter here at Carter Finley.
Jake from State Farm. Thanks for the great rate on my insurance, man.
Wait, I said Byron got the Patrick price? Thought that was our thing.
Thanks for the killer rate, Jake.
Shreddy Betty got it too?
Patrick, State Farm offers rates that fit anyone's budget, even a man handstand.
Thanks again, Jake. Up top.
I'm gonna go work out these feelings.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Marshawn. I want y'all to hear from me first. If you want to be fresh, you got to refresh like Subway. Like the new Baja Steak and Jack with tender, thicker cut steak.
Wait, so you're not coming out of retirement?
I'm just here because Subway has so much new, they bought time in this press conference to talk about it. Now, like I was saying, the new Baja Steak also has pepper jack cheese, the new Baja Chipotle sauce.
No, you can't stop talking.
Black olives, a couple pepperoncinis, some jalapenos.
Treating her patients is just the first step. But then Dr. Thompson goes a step further.
Get up on GoodRx to see if we can save you.
She helps them find the best prices with
I didn't know
GoodRx.
you can get discounts on prescriptions. Yeah. And it works at my pharmacy?
Yes, it does. Here you go.
Now that's caring.
Hey, I think this is, yeah, GoodRx. Hang on a sec. See you in a second. Oh, perfect.
You're good with GoodRx.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-721-7089. Again, that's 800-721-7089.
Monday night, we'll have a college basketball doubleheader. Charleston Southern and Georgia Tech at 7. Then our featured game follows with Coach K and number 7 Duke hosting the Citadel at Cameron Indoor. Both games are right here on the ACC Network and on the ESPN app. Son of a night back at tailback for NC State. Leary to throw from his own end zone. Has all kinds of time and goes deep. Knocked away. He's looking for Devin Carter, and a nice job defensively by Garrett Williams. You got a true freshman, Deuce Chestnut, on one side, and you got Garrett Williams, who's a COVID freshman, on the other. He's shaken up a little bit, and that's of great concern to Dino Babers.
For a player injury.
And Garrett Williams, he's been banged up this season, and he came back, had a huge game versus Boston College, and provided his leadership spark for this Syracuse team. It'd be a tough loss if he can't go. Definitely landed hard after that pass breakup
Those are two of the better cornerbacks in terms of a tandem mark in the league, and they're young too. They're going to be together for a couple of years. And when you talk about these two big receivers on the outside of Mezzi and Carter, they're going to be tough to cover anyways. You're going to want your two best corners there. I don't see where he got hurt necessarily.
The concern is always the whiplash. If the head hits the ground hard on those types of things, but obviously don't want to speculate. But when we talked to Tony White, the defensive coordinator, and we talked about leadership and who he has seen develop that vocal leadership, he talked about that first game back for Garrett Williams versus BC. He said, we didn't really notice how much we needed him as a leader until he came back. And it was like, man, we had a void, and he was fired up. And I tell you, I'm talking about fired up. He's one of the many guys on the Syracuse team from North Carolina, and all of them have been fired up for this game. Garrett Williams had 25 tickets that he got for this game because he has so many family members in the stands.
Jalen's down on the field. What do you got, Jalen?
I wanted to update you guys on Josh Black. He's been in the medical tent on the Syracuse sideline ever since he went out of this game, so that's why he's not in right now. They were looking kind of at his neck area and the left side of his body, so I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on over here.
Oh, yeah, please do. So we already got Josh Black, defensive end, out of this game for Syracuse defensively, and now you're going to have to, at least for a little while, go without Garrett Williams on the edge. And let's see now if Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator for the Wolfpack, tries to pick on this defense without Garrett Williams on the corner. Tried to get it to Carter underneath, zipped it in there, and fans here wanted interference. They aren't going to get the call. Deuce Chestnut on the coverage. Carter shaking his head.
Yeah, he thought Deuce Chestnut got there a little early, but I think it's a pretty good no call. 3rd down and 10 now. Again, both teams have really been playing behind the sticks, have not been progressing on 1st and 2nd down.
Syracuse look like they might bring pressure up the middle. Now they back out of it. Leary has time. He can run if he chooses to do so, and he does. He'll pick up the 1st down and slide at the 20.
Well, he needs to go to the sideline and talk to number 5, Thayer Thomas, who plays baseball for NC State as well, because that wasn't the prettiest of slides.
Fall.
One of the things that is noticeable too about Devin Leary is he's not a running quarterback. It's so rare to see a quarterback who just is a pocket passer. That play though, however, shows he can do it. He can pick up those 10, 11-yard gains on 3rd down if you're going to play man-to-man and turn your backs.
A scoreless opening quarter here in Raleigh. The Wolfpack alive for an ACC title. Syracuse trying to become bowl eligible. Still all to play for.
GothamSet.com.
Wound up and ready to go.
Start of the 2nd quarter here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Chris Cotter, Mark Kurtzlick, Jalen Johnson. Scoreless, NC State with the ball after the 1st down run. Now Leary out to Penix. Got blockers in front of him. And that picks up another 1st down. Marlowe Wax tracked down Trent Penix, but not before he picked up 12 yards, and they'll move the chains once again.
Trent Penix has been a real pleasant surprise for this NC State offense. He had a really big game versus Florida State, 97 yards and a touchdown on 3 receptions, and since then he's been a steady part of the offense. They bring him in when they want to give Thayer Thomas a little bit of a break, and in that play-action game you saw right there, he can pick up some meaningful yards.
Had a carry earlier in the game too. They want to use him in a variety of different ways. Here's Bam, gets a couple. Let's look at our 1st quarter stats, and they tell a little bit of a story, but there wasn't a whole lot of offense on either side. And when you think about Syracuse, not a lot of offense at all other than the penalties. You see those 5 penalties for 47 yards really keeping their offense on the field.
Yeah, it really, that's the story of this game so far. And then the TFLs. NC State has been playing behind the line of scrimmage and have been stopping the defense. I mean, Drake Thomas has 2 sacks already in this game.
Leary the pump fake. Now the screen, and Knight's got blockers in front of him and a lot of room to run.
Look at that big boy out there.
Inside of Syracuse territory, down to the 41. Couple of big boys in front of him.
Oh, man. That was, first of all, great time. Great timing for Tim Beck to call this and just slipped right out. Look at big number 50 and big number 54 chugging along downfield.
Dylan McMahon and Grant Gibson.
It's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You talk about, we talk about DOS, drive off screen. Yeah, it's not a pancake, but you drove the guy so far that the camera couldn't even pick it up anymore.
Now Thayer Thomas in motion. Leary fakes it to him, wants to go downfield. Now the pocket collapses and he'll be sacked. That's sack number 35 on the year for this Syracuse defense, and it's Cody Roscoe's 9th.
We mentioned Cody Roscoe earlier. He was 3rd in the ACC in tackles for loss, 3rd in the ACC in sacks this year. And this is what Syracuse can do. You talk about all the TFLs that NC State has had, but Syracuse lives for tackles for losses. They average 7.1 tackles for loss per game, which is 12th in the nation. And now NC State, they got to get back on track after that big loss following the big screenplay.
Syracuse brings pressure again underneath. This one's complete. Chris Tootle on the catch. And he picks up the yards lost on that last play, but now brings up 3rd down and 10. Justin Barron on the stop.
And Chris Tootle, again, you know, another one of these H-back wide tight end hybrid guys who has developed into a good blocker slash receiver. He started as a wide receiver and moved inside with all the talent that they have on the perimeter. And he's found his niche in this offense. And now Syracuse showing pressure up the middle with those 2 linebackers.
They come with one of them, forcing Leary out of the pocket. Now he's on the run. Has a receiver open, and that was Tootle who made the catch. I think they're going to rule that Tootle went out of bounds and was not forced out and came back in.
Flag on the play.
You see the official right there, the side judge with his hat off?
Yeah.
That's usually what that
Illegal
means.
touching, offense number 29. Receiver stepped out of bounds, came back in bounds, and was the first to touch the ball. The penalty is a loss of down. The previous spot, 4th down.
Jeffrey Sears, our side judge, with the hat off, making the call.
They didn't make the distinction, but that is a penalty because he went out of bounds on his own. If he's pushed out of bounds, he can reestablish himself back in bounds. But that time he went out on his own accord. Good call. And how about this? You know, NC State crossed the 50, but forced a punt.
Yeah, they needed that TFL to really blunt that drive by NC State, and they got it. Courtney Jackson now to return this kick. He'll make a fair catch at his own 10. And that's where Syracuse will hope to get Sean Tucker going when they come back out. Still scoreless here in Raleigh.
Anybody that wants to maximize their workout, anybody that feels that their energy reserves are not what they used to be, True Niagen slowly builds energy in your cells. It's like beast mode for your cells. I'm Shannon Sharp, and I'm a true believer.
I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I can't tell you the last time I looked at my credit card statement. Hi, I'm Yaya, founder of Truebill, a simple app to help you stay on top of your spending, save money, and make sense of your finances. It's an automated accountant for busy people. Download Truebill today.
Hi, I'm Shannon Storms-Bador. When we started selling my health products online, our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster. And thanks to ShipStation's discounted rates, we're saving a ton. Honestly, we couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get ship done with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Last year, inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score.
Van Dyke, his rooster, took a hit. Touchdown, Canes!
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-721-7089. Again, that's 800-721-7089.
Let's take a look at who's in the Arby's running back spotlight, and it's got to be Sean Tucker. And Mark, as we are in the early part of this second quarter, that spotlight isn't any dimmer on Tucker. It's just he hasn't gotten anything done. 1 carry for -3 yards and 1 catch also for negative yardage.
Yeah, it's like the guy who's working the spotlight has just not been able to find Tucker. I mean, he's a guy that we're used to seeing him have 30 carries a game, and so far it just has not gone to him.
All right, here he's got one, and he's got a lot of room to run. Got to the second level there, and he got 10 yards. And no flag on the play to bring this one back, so maybe that gets Tucker going a little bit on first down.
And this is what we're used to seeing. Linemen pulling, gap scheme runs, running back offset. And that is where you see the option where, okay, you're either going to hand it off to 34 or you're going to have big number 16 carry the ball himself.
Schrader communicating with his offensive line. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Here's Tucker again, bouncing it outside. That's what he does so well. Again, bouncing it to the outside. Still on his feet and out of bounds at the 38. Now that's a beautiful run.
And with that carry, in the second quarter of this game, he has passed Joe Morris for the all-time single-season rushing record holder at Syracuse. Chris, I got to tell you, I thought it might have been the first play. I didn't think it was going to be the second play of the second quarter.
But he did it on a beautiful play, too. I'm sure Joe Morris would have been proud of the way he bounced that outside, not once but twice, to get the first down. Now Syracuse, out from the shadow of their own goalpost, has a little something going here. Now Schrader to throw. Tried to get it to Queeley, flag down on the play. Tyler Baker-Williams was in on the play. Let's check this flag.
Pass interference, defense, number 13. Penalties an automatic first down, spot of the foul.
Another flag producing first down against NC State. 7th penalty of the game against the Wolfpack.
I don't know. I don't. A little bit of hands on the back, but so what they're going to have to know is that the refs are they're calling this tight. You have to be absolutely perfect defensively for NC State.
Schrader, pocket collapsing around him. Someone's got him by the shoulder pad, enough to drag him down. That's not easy to do. Daniel Joseph got a hold of that jersey, and Schrader's a big dude, 6'4", 230. He breaks tackles like that on a normal basis, but Joseph had just enough to get the sack.
Talk about big dude. He's listed at 6'4", 230. I was out on the field before the game. He's big. I mean, he is a tall player. Wouldn't be surprised if he's pushing 6'5". But you're right. Good job of holding on for dear life by Daniel Joseph till the crowd arrived.
Tucker keeps his feet churning, picks up about 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Now his helmet came off. He's going to have to come off for a play. Cooper Lutz will spell him on this 3rd down.
Cooper Lutz, he's been good, but watch number 32, Drake Thomas. Watch how he comes downhill, sees the block, and just stuffs everything up. I mean, that's that type of linebacker play that you talk about going downhill. You might not make the tackle every time, but you're getting a lot of bodies in the running lanes. And that's why they're the best rush defense in the ACC.
Bringing pressure up the middle. Schrader's got to get rid of it quickly and just can't get it on target. Looking for Sherrod Johnson, but the pressure just forced him to get rid of that football before he wanted to.
And this has really turned into a defensive battle. It's been a field position game, a defensive battle. And that, gosh, man, Garrett Schrader, that was a pretty good ball.
Yeah, if he gets it there, that's going to be a big play.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's so hard. You know, you talk about a running quarterback. However, Garrett Schrader has proven time and time again that he can make some of those plays that just are a little bit out of the playbook. You know, that the play doesn't say to be throwing off your back foot, but he can make these plays happen. That one just a little bit outside the reach of his receiver.
Thomas on the bounce. Well, you can see his ability. Tough to bring down in the open field. That was a 10-yard return, and it was good to get NC State some better field position. Wolfpack with the ball, scoreless here, surprisingly, in the second quarter.
Hi, I'm Lori Grenier. You may know me from Shark Tank. I wanted to share with you a better way to start your day.
Does the thought of making your bed in the morning just make you want to go back to bed? Messy sheets, untucked sheets, and lifting a heavy mattress to tuck the sheets under can be back-breaking, nail-breaking, and sometimes impossible. Guest beds, day beds, kids beds. There's got to be a better way. Introducing Better Better, the fast and easy way to make any bed in just seconds.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and my mom invented the Better Better because I'm lazy. But is it Better Better? Well, it's a giant headband that wraps around the sides of your mattress.
With Better Better, you can make your bed in seconds. No more lifting heavy mattresses because your sheets just tuck in. It's so easy, anyone can and will do it. Do your fitted sheets pop off? Do you have trouble finding sheets that fit your bed? With Better Better, loose, baggy sheets instantly conform to your bed, and fitted sheets stay in place all night. Simply put on Better Better, about 2 inches below the top of your mattress. Put it on once, and it's part of the mattress for the life of the mattress. Then easily tuck any sheet into Better Better. Lay your comforter, and you're done. There's no lifting your mattress. It's that easy. Say bye-bye to broken fingernails and backs that ache. Plus, you can use Better Better to hold your remote control, phone, even your glasses so they stay within reach and safe. And best of all, Better Better works with any type of sheets on any type of bed. Imagine never needing to lift a heavy mattress again. Now making your bed is a snap.
Make your mornings better with Better Better.
Call or go online now to order your Better Better in your choice of size, from twin to king, starting at just $39.99. Order today and find out how you can save up to 50% off plus free shipping on additional units. Your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. Order now at getbetterbetter.com.
Devin Leary and the Wolfpack offense back on the field. Chris Cotter, Mark Hertzlich, Jalen Johnson with you. We're scoreless in the second quarter. On the other side, Mark, when you talk about Syracuse offensively, NC State defensively, that's our food line, food for thought. It's usually strength on strength, and it still is, but NC State's clearly winning this battle.
Yeah, and through the first 9 games, NC State defensively had only allowed 2 rushing touchdowns in the entire year, right? But last week, Wake Forest, they moved that ball down in the red zone and scored 3 rushing touchdowns. So the question coming into this game, with Schrader and Tucker combining for the most rushing touchdowns for a duo in the country, was NC State going to be able to stop them? And so far, that answer is yes.
And Syracuse has done a pretty good job bottling up NC State offensively, and especially against the run. That's Person getting just 3 on first down. Both defenses have forced teams into 2nd and 3rd and long, haven't they?
They have, and they've both been good against the run. That's what both these offenses right now are trying to establish the run game. However, with the way the defensive fronts are playing, whether it's the orange or whether it's the red, they're both playing behind the line of scrimmage. It just makes it very difficult. Let's see if that play-action game opens up for either of these teams as the second quarter goes on.
Person just moves the pile that time. And that's a good run. Stephon Thompson was there for the ride and brought him down, but not before the sticks will be moved on that 8-yard run.
And there's going to be a battle. You know, you see the official escorting Grant Gibson back to his huddle. I mean, these are two prideful teams, especially in the fronts. Looks like there's a player for NC State who's calling that he needs
some assistance. That might be Chris Tootle.
Yeah,
that is the tight end H-back. And you mentioned it, Mark, that position has gotten really important with Trent Penix and Chris Tootle in their play over the last couple of weeks. We'll check on his condition in a second.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is people like options. I mean, you take Geico. You can call them anytime you feel like saving money. It don't matter, day or night. Use your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. The point is, you have options. Ah, how convenient. Oi, crab cakes. What are you looking at?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So, Frank, you're a big hurt. Why do you need Nugenics? After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank. So does Nugenics really work?
Oh, yeah. My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank.
So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting SHELL to 321321. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text SHELL to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's SHELF to 321321.
So far, I've raised my credit score 39 points.
127 points.
Over 100 points using Self.
I would recommend Self to everyone.
It feels really good. You should try it.
Last year, inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score. Van Dyke, hits Rooster, took a hit, touchdown Canes!
Lots of good topics, lots of good guests today. It's go time.
Chris Tootle walked off under his own power in the tent on the NC State sideline. There's Dave Doran. You can see the play selection a little bit surprising on both sides, don't you think?
It's balanced, right? And with in terms of the yardage and the success rate, just hasn't been there on the ground. But it's a balanced game, and it's a balanced game plan. I think because no one has scored yet, no one has been forced to throw, and now Wake Forest is going to take their
that's Thayer Thomas, right?
Going to take their shot.
Thayer Thomas, the route runner that we talk about, gets loose deep, and he's fired up. He beat Jason Simmons. They found a little mismatch there with Thomas on the safety, and Leary took advantage of it.
Tony White said that Jason Simmons is probably the best cover guy, but that inside fade from Thayer Thomas is so good, and the way he bent out towards the edge of the numbers gave room for Devin Leary to throw the ball to his outside shoulder. Great throw and good catch, and there's something to get this offense sparked. And now at the 15-yard line, they're in attack mode.
Person. Now he bounces it outside and has blockers out in front of him. Inside the 5, he'll score. Person's 5th rushing touchdown of the year, Mark, and you saw Thayer Thomas with the 49-yard reception the play before. This play, Person was patient, got to the outside, and Thomas was right there to provide the block.
And guess who was out in front leading the way? Ike Ekwonu, the all-world left tackle for NC State. Good job. You talk about the patience. You talk about the explosiveness. And all it is staying alive and finding daylight. Great job. All set up by that big Thayer Thomas reception.
Christopher Dunn with the PAT. Finally, someone cracks that scoreboard, and it's the Wolfpack. Big pass play to Thayer Thomas, set it all up. And Ricky Person Jr. delivered on the patient run to the outside. Pack up 7.
You've spent years dreaming up your business plan, saving every dollar, searching for the right location, and perfecting your product. Auto Owners insures your small business, because it isn't small to you.
Only 36 more to go.
That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
It's the season of giving, so stay tuned and find out how you can get 2 free rolls of alien tape through this limited time holiday offer. Alien tape is the double-sided removable tape that makes hanging holiday lights fast and easy. And when you're done, it peels right off. No sticky residue. Repair decorations that didn't survive storage in a flash. Stick window candles firmly in place. Secure your holiday rugs in place without damage to floors. Hang this heavy wreath in a flash. No nails or screws. Look, alien tape hangs tight, even in windy conditions. Just peel and stick. Holiday stockings are hung in a flash, and it comes right off without any damage. Make sure your holiday packages arrive at the right address. And look, even a jet wash won't take them down. Alien tape is perfect for hanging holiday signs, even on glass. And to remove it, just give it a twist, and it comes right off. No sticky residue. Alien tape makes holiday decorating fast and easy. And remember, alien tape is the double-sided, removable, washable, and reusable tape you'll love. You'll use alien tape everywhere. Use it in the bathroom. It's perfect for the kitchen. Use it indoors, use it outdoors. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of uses for alien tape. Get Alien Tape's limited time TV offer. Now here's your chance to order.
Call or go online to get your roll of the incredible alien tape for the low price of just $19.99 plus shipping and processing. But wait, order today and you can get 2 additional rolls of alien tape, absolutely free. That's right, for a limited time, you can get 3 rolls of alien tape for one low price. That's an amazing amount of alien tape. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-285-7984. That's 1-800-285-7984, or go to tryalientape.com. So call 1-800-285-7984 or order online at tryalientape.com.
Tough first half for Dave Doran and his team from a penalty standpoint, extending some Syracuse drives, curtailing some of their own, but they were finally able to get on track on that last possession, finding the end zone on Ricky Person's 15-yard touchdown run. Wolfpack up 7-0. Trenton Gill to kick off. He'll send this one to the 2-yard line. Cooper Lutz is going to try it. Fakes the reverse. Now he has some room to run. 25 to the 30, out to the 33-yard line before he's brought down
by Ricky Person Jr.
No, I mean, that's the way this team is. A lot of special teams play, and Person was happy about that. Let's send it down to Jalen Johnson with more on this family affair at NC State.
Yeah, the Thomas brothers, guys, making plays on both sides of the ball. Now, even though they've been competing on the football field together and against each other for a long time, the first sport that they actually started with was gymnastics. So balance beam, they were all over the floor. And we talked to the guys earlier this week, and I said, so who could get on the balance beam today? And they're like, neither of us. That was a long time ago, but they said it helped with balance, helped with coordination, and that was the first sport they ever got to play, guys.
Tucker finding a couple of yards here, and you know, you think about it, they really weren't demonstrative in our conversation as far as whether one would beat the other one up when they were kids. Look, I have a brother who's 2 years younger than me. When he finally beat me in one-on-one basketball, Mark, I punted the basketball to the other end of the neighborhood and had it, you know, because it's not supposed to happen. But I'm sure they competed, and you saw their younger brother, Lex, in that picture as well, all the time growing up. Intercepted! Inside the 20, that's Thomas, and he'll score! Right on cue!
Drake Thomas has put on his Superman cape today. And how about that? 2 sacks early in the game, now a pick 6, no penalties out there. That must have been all that gymnastics work. Getting his hand-eye coordination down, made little moves, got into the end zone. I mean, how about that? You know, we talk about announcer jinx. That was
the exact opposite.
That was the exact opposite.
NC State needs more of that. I'm sure Lex and his dad was their coach growing up in all kinds of sports back home. In Wake Forest, that's right around the corner from where we are right here enjoying this.
And you see, he's signing the turnover bone. The turnover bone was introduced a few years back, and whoever has signed the bone the most amount of times at the end of the season gets to keep it. And they get to keep it until they get married, and their wife will make them throw it away. I'm sure.
It'll be in a closet somewhere in the basement, never to be brought out. That's Thomas's 3rd interception of the year.
Yeah.
That's something you as a linebacker know a thing or two about.
Yeah, you know, sometimes at linebacker you get lucky, and sometimes you understand the routes. And this was a perfect example of melting towards that slant route. That's what Schrader's been looking for the entire game. The slant route, slant route, slant route. Drake Thomas had enough of seeing it. He went right in front of it. And great job, and you see his brother right there. And one thing Thayer did say, he said that although neither of us want to get on the balance beam, Drake didn't even like doing it back then. And Drake said, yeah, that's because I'm a football player.
Jalen has more. What's up, Jalen?
Well, when I talked to Drake earlier this year, guys, and asked him, what is it about this defense that plays so hard? And he said a lot of these guys were under-recruited. A lot of these guys feel like they've been looked over while they've been on this NC State team and even before they got on the roster. So he said when we go out and play, we go out to make a point and prove a point that we belong to be here just like everybody else.
Point being made, and Dave Doran can breathe a little sigh of relief after that tough first quarter where his team just couldn't get anything going, and a lot of times shooting themselves in the foot. Now a big play offensively with the touchdown from Person, big play defensively with Thomas's pick 6, and they're up 14.
It's a great point by Jalen, too, in terms of the under-recruitment. And Thayer Thomas is a perfect example of it. You know, he didn't have any football scholarships.
He thought about playing baseball at Davidson.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have no scholarships, and just so happened that Dave Doran was going to watch other players play in a football game. His high school heritage, they were playing Sanderson. Ali McNeil was on Sanderson, Trent Penix, and he was going to see Ricky Persons, who was on Heritage, and it's like, wait, who's that really good wide receiver who had 10 catches, 100+ yards?
Schrader. Tariq Pitts brings him down after a gain of 6. That's more like this Syracuse offense. 5-6 yards on first down. Both Schrader and Tucker running the ball and churning it out.
One interesting thing that Dino Babers talked to us about in terms of their philosophy in the run game was that anytime you offset number 34, when you put Sean Tucker beside Garrett Schrader, it takes one more tackler off of Sean Tucker because Garrett Schrader needs to be accounted for. Now when you put him in the dot, it's one more tackler on Sean Tucker. Early in the game, he was in the dot a lot. Now in this second quarter, he's been offset. Hasn't mattered much, though, because this NC State defense has been swarming.
Yeah, this is a big third down here for Syracuse. They want to convert and keep the football. 2 touchdowns in 49 seconds in what was a scoreless game, Mark. Now all of a sudden has Syracuse, a team that is not going to do very well, having to come from behind, in a little bit of a pickle here.
And Sean Tucker is jogging off the field, and Cooper Lutz is coming in the game.
On 3rd and a long one. That's interesting. Syracuse 0 for 4 so far on the day on 3rd down. Schrader. Nowhere to go here. Can he find that first down marker? He's right at it. I think he got it. That was just all individual effort there on Schrader's part. He got the first down. As Betty brought him down, but he looked like he was dead to rights.
And he just got it. The first down marker was right on that 45-yard line, and you see the tip of the football is just touching the 45-yard line.
Now Tucker back in there. And he'll get the carry. Schrader with a nice block, and Tucker will show his speed here to the 40 and stays on his feet. He'll score 55 yards. That's how quickly things can change when you have a back like Sean Tucker.
And how about that block from Garrett Schrader? One defender had a chance at Sean Tucker, and Garrett Schrader took him out of the picture. And it's only a matter of time, Chris. We were up here during the break saying, man, I can't believe Sean Tucker hasn't gotten any yards. I can't believe Sean Tucker hasn't scored a touchdown. It's only a matter of time before 34 breaks free. And watch this, watch 16. Get that shoulder on Tanner Engel. And just too much speed on the outside. That's in for 6.
Andre Schmidt converts the try. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Offside, defense number 11. Penalties decline. The point is good.
Coach Babers will take the point.
And when you look at this Syracuse team and how they score, you get a lot of these big plays. Their average length, well, first of all, their touchdowns, 43% of their touchdowns are scored from outside the red zone, meaning they have a lot of 25, 26, 27 plus yard runs and passes that are scoring, and that's what we saw there. It was a perfectly designed play, an unbalanced formation, and they attacked the weak side of the defense, and that's when the athletes can really go to work, and Sean Tucker showed that he could do it.
Tonight after Virginia Tech and Miami, it's the huddle. Quartet, Jordan Cornette, Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel, and Mark Rick, the coach, back with complete breakdowns of all 7 ACC games today. And a lot of implications coming into the day. 3 teams out of the Atlantic and 4 teams out of the Coastal were still alive to represent their divisions in the ACC championship game coming up that first weekend of December. And nothing has changed. All still alive, including this NC State team. They've got to win today, though, and they've got to win next week against North Carolina and hope that Wake loses up against BC up in Chestnut Hill to be able to represent the Atlantic in that ACC championship game in Charlotte. Knight from his 3. Has room to the 40, still on his feet to midfield. He returned one last week.
No flags, Chris, no flags in the field.
He'll return one this week. 97 yards. How about that for an answer from the Wolfpack?
Syracuse came into this game the number 22 in the nation in terms of kickoff coverage, only allowing 17 yards per return. Well, Bam Knight had other plans for that after a phenomenal performance last week with a kickoff return for a touchdown, his 2nd of his career. He goes back-to-back weeks with kickoff returns for touchdowns. Man, that boy good.
100 yards last week against Wake Forest, 97 yards this week. And just when Syracuse used an explosive play of their own to get back into this game, Knight says, bam, there's 97 yards. Back up by 14.
Amazing use of Bam. He did say Bam, which is his nickname. Look at the blocking. This is a middle return. It's just man on man. And then watch the effort downfield to just try to get extra little pieces. Phenomenal special teams play by the Wolfpack.
I love the scene of Ricky Person and Devin Leary greeting him on the sideline. You think about Knight and Person, these two have 72 combined games played in a Wolfpack uniform. Knight's only a sophomore because of COVID, Person a junior, but Person's played 4 years, Knight 3 years. They've been joined at the hip in terms of a 1-2 thunder and lightning punch. One of them's a lot more quiet, you know, Person's kind of the talkative guy, Knight's the quiet guy. He was very loud on that return, though.
Yeah, he lets his play on the field speak. And he sure did there. I'll tell you what, if anything's going to get these Wolfpack fans hyped up, it's that. And, you know, just what a luxury to have that consistency at the running back position, at the kick return position, and the depth.
Here's Cooper Lutz. Can he answer? Along the right side, he'll be dropped at about the 28-yard line. That's where Syracuse will look to answer. State Farm halftime report coming your way in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. We'll have halftime highlights from this game, and suddenly we're going to have some highlights. We were 0-0 for a while. The Atlantic is still up for grabs. And we got some coastal chaos. What else is new on that side of the ACC? So Jordan and the fellas got a lot to talk about in the State Farm halftime report coming up. Schrader keeps, spins, and just picks up a yard. Nice job by Davin Van on the corner.
Tackle by number 24, Derek Smith. Hit him one. 1 second down and 9 from their own 30-yard line.
Schrader to throw. Over the middle. Oh, big hit. Ball knocked away, and Devon Boykin delivered a big hit.
A big hit, a legal hit. That is what you want to see from your safety, breaking on an in cut. No part of the neck or head area was contacted, made contact with his shoulder. It was first of all, phenomenal play on the outside by Derek Pitts, but then you see that boom being laid by what Tony Gibson said is the player he's seen the most improvement of this year. That's Devon Boykin.
Yeah, Boykin picked up 20 pounds in the offseason, really built his body up. Dad was a head coach growing up. Now pressure on the edge. They'll blow this one dead.
Ball start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And 3rd and 9 is in unenviable position for this Syracuse offense. 3rd and 14 is that much worse.
And right now, you just don't make situations worse if you're Syracuse. Have an easy completion, something where you know your guy's going to catch it, try to have him make a move. But the last thing you want is to have a turnover at this part of the field.
Schrader's got a lot of room here, and he'll pick up the first down. Past the 40 to the 42. He recognized that mark right away, that there was a lot of green in front of him. And now we got a little bit of pushing and shoving behind the play. No flags. The officials are there to break it up. And you see Daniel Joseph saying, "What did I do?"
And that was so far behind the play, I didn't even get to see it. All I saw was Daniel Joseph on the ground. And 2 big white jerseys hovering over top of him.
No flags, no harm, no foul on that.
Nope. And with the way this game started, you're just anticipating flags to be thrown, but the refs have kept in the pocket. But good job by Garrett Schrader. Again, a safe play. Picked up a first down and kept this drive alive.
Schrader will look to throw on first down. Boy, again, that play over the middle. Damian Alford. I know Alford's kind of a big receiver. It's a couple of times, and a couple of times he's gotten leveled.
Yeah, you go back to the sideline and you're like, "Hey, bro, will you stop throwing that ball over the middle? Don't you see number 12 back there?"
Boykin was lining him up again.
I know, and you see the middle of the field, that square patch with the logo on it. A little bit of different turf material. Looks like he slipped on that.
Yeah, he might be shaken up a bit too, Mark. You're right, he came off the field. Tucker. Give him about 4.5. Ibrahim Conte brought him down. Yeah, 5 yards on the carry, so it'll be 3rd down and 5, which is at least manageable when you talk about Syracuse and what they want to do offensively. NC State brings just 3. Schrader can't connect. Tried to get it to Courtney Jackson, who's had a quiet first half. He's banged up a little bit, but just off target.
And Garrett Schrader, he's been off target on many of these throws that we've seen. Just a little too low. A lot of times, that means you're not getting a lot off that back foot. That looked like pretty good footwork, just a miss on the pass.
Schrader just 3 for 11 throwing the football today. This is going to force Syracuse to punt it away with 1:13 left to go in this first half.
Yeah, NC State is keeping their punt safe on the field, keeping their defense out there in case there's any trickeration, which Dino Babers is known for.
Thomas is just going to let this sail over his head, and it trickles into the end zone for the touchback. Coming up next, our day is capped off with our ACC Network primetime matchup presented by Geico. A battle of 2 more teams that are looking to become bowl eligible. Virginia Tech and Miami both come into this game 5-5. J.C. Price, the interim head coach for Virginia Tech.
1 minute and 5 seconds, please.
After Justin Fuente and the Hokies mutually agreed to part ways this past week with the team that not only is playing to become bowl eligible, Mark, they're still alive. At least they were at the start of the day for that Coastal Division title.
Yeah, and you know, the timing of it, you would love to see the coach finish out, but they're getting close to recruiting deadlines, and I don't know. A lot goes into it that I don't know about. But
well, early recruiting certainly probably has changed that a bit. Bam Knight met in the hole, but kept his feet. Marlowe Wax, and he just had a collision.
I've liked watching Marlowe Wax play. You've seen him develop, and we mentioned he's a COVID freshman in his second year. He had 33 tackles last year, 5.5 tackles for loss. And then really breakout game was that FSU game where he had 10 tackles. And since then, he's been playing really well.
Leary looking to throw. Now the pocket collapses. He just gets rid of it. Downfield looking for Carter, and he has him at the 20. Brought down at the 18. Carter beat Deuce Chestnut, and just when I was about to say it looks like NC State's going to run out the clock here in the first half, they go up top.
No, Chris. We got number 13 at quarterback. I don't know how he gets such good power on this ball as he's fading away.
North Carolina State, first charge timeout. Timeout will be 30 seconds.
But when we talked to Garrett Williams, the cornerback for Syracuse this week, he was so impressed with the way that NC State's wide receivers adjusted to the ball in the air. He said, look, they're some of the best in the country at making plays on balls when it's up there. And that was a perfect example by Devin Carter. It was underthrown because of where Devin Leary was in the pocket. But Deuce Chestnut was beat. He had no vision on where the football was, and you saw the size and the strength of the hands for Devin Carter pulling that one in.
That 6'3" frame just went over the top of Chestnut.
Please change scoreboard.
58 yards.
State has 2 timeouts remaining, please.
Wolfpack used the first of their 3 timeouts, so still plenty of time. 29 seconds with 2 timeouts, Mark. You have the whole field at your disposal here, starting from the 19.
So you got single highs, man-to-man on the outside. See if they take a shot.
Syracuse brings pressure. It's picked up initially. Leary now to the end zone, has a receiver wide open. That's Thomas, and he just couldn't bring it down. Chestnut recovered enough to apply the pressure to Thayer Thomas. He was wide open for a while, and Leary finally found him, maybe just a tick too late.
Yeah, Thayer Thomas lined up in the slot to the bottom of the screen. And good job on the pressure up the middle from Syracuse, just not allowing Devin Leary to get the ball off on time. He had to double clutch, and that extra clutch allowed Deuce Chestnut enough time to contact Thayer Thomas.
Yeah, I thought Thomas had a little bit more room on the back of that end zone and didn't think he did.
It's interesting the way the field's painted, you know, with the red behind the white. That confuses wide receivers sometimes.
Leary's going to run. Down to the 13. Thompson stops him, and we'll get another timeout here.
Timeout. North Carolina State, second charge timeout. Timeout will be 30 seconds.
So it'll be 3rd down and a long 5. They can pick up a first down right about the 9-yard line. 17 seconds on the clock as you see Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator there with the glasses on, having a word with his offense. And you still got that timeout in the pocket, plus the clock will stop on a first down. So you can do anything in your playbook, can't you here?
Yeah, you can, and you got to tell the field goal team on the sideline, we used to call it white field goal. You know, just I don't know why we chose that color, but white field goal, get ready in case there is a situation where you do use a timeout and then you get the first down. they got to be ready to go out on the field and do a quick kick.
Dino, meanwhile, hoping his team can do something they haven't done very well this year defensively, and that's force turnovers. They need one here to keep NC State from adding points at the end of this first half.
Yeah, and watch middle of the field here. They're emptying out to isolate that number 3 and number 2 receiver.
Now pressure on the edge. Leary gets away from it to the end zone. That's a dangerous pass and a touchdown.
My goodness!
Through all kinds of traffic. Chris Tootle brings it in. He was shaken up earlier in this first half. That's his 4th touchdown of the year. How did that ball get through?
I don't know. I don't know. And I don't even know if that's who Devin Leary was looking at. I mean, there was about 3 receivers in a direct line. And I said, oh no, Devin Leary overthrew that guy. Oh, he overthrew that guy. And then sitting in the back of the end zone waiting to make a great catch was Christopher Tootle.
It's almost like he got camouflaged in all that red that was in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, kind of what happened. And you talk about taking advantage of extra drives. NC State has scored with less than 1 minute remaining in the first half in 6 of 10 games this year. This would make it 7 of 11. And the efficiency of the 2-minute drive cannot go understated. And this ball just directly over Amezi's head and falls into the breadbasket of Tootle. And with Devin Leary being as accurate as he is, that was meant to go there.
Yeah, he totally meant to do that. Mikel Jones was right there, too. Just a split second too late in coverage. And Tootle did a nice job of getting behind that Syracuse coverage. And that's his 4th touchdown catch of the year. NC State, they've had a flurry here in the end of this first half. 28-7 our score. And their offense is now hitting on all cylinders, Mark. They'll receive that second half kick too. Gill with the high kickoff. Check that. Syracuse will get that second half kick, and they're going to need to make the most out of it, turn this around. Got a flag on this kickoff.
After the play was over, personal foul, receiving team number 88. The penalty is 15 yards. The receiving team will keep the ball, first down.
And Dino Babers, he's going to have to gather his team in that locker room and just really settle them down.
Fair catch was made. Ball would normally be placed at 25. Penalty is a dead ball foul, so we'll go half the distance to the goal. Receiving team's ball, first down.
Well, Babers is looking for an explanation, but this is almost certainly going to be a knee here from Garrett Schrader, and we'll head to the locker room.
Yeah, and in the locker room, he just has to settle these guys down. He's got to get back to their usual run game plan. Don't worry about the score. Your defense has had enough stops early in that half to have some confidence, and then you just got to have a steady diet of run, keeper run, and play action pass when you come out.
Cooper Lutz finishes that first half. 3 yards on the carry. What's at stake for the Wolfpack today? Well, with Wake Forest's loss at Clemson earlier today, all 3 teams are still alive in the battle for the Atlantic Division. Wake, Clemson, and NC State. Wolfpack would have to win today.
In this game, although he's at 92 yards and a touchdown, when you just look at the total of the yardage and the production, he looks great. However, he has not been consistent. They have not given him the ball enough, and so that man's task right now, Dino Babers, get the ball in number 34's hands. Don't shy away from the run, even with the score deficit the way it is.
Lutz to return it. to the 21. Flag on the play. Let's check this. And that would not be what Syracuse needs if it's against the Orange to start this drive that deep into their own territory. And I believe it's going to be a hold against the Orange, and they will be backed up. We'll wait from the call from Jeff Flanagan, our referee today.
During the return, holding number 89 receiving team. The penalty is 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Jalen Johnson down on the field.
Mark, you must have been listening to me and Coach Baber's conversation just now, because he said we got to get Sean Tucker the ball more. He said Sean Tucker is always going to be Sean Tucker. So he's approaching this half as a regular half. He said he doesn't want to focus on the deficit. He knows that Sean Tucker is always going to do Sean Tucker things. Now, what he did say is his DBs, they have to be a little bit more aggressive on the outside. He wants to disrupt this offense a little bit more, but he said they have to treat this like a regular half, not like this deficit is insurmountable. That's
a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, because you got to think about this, down 28-7 against a team that's probably going to put more points on the board in NC State. Do you go away from your bread and butter? That's this guy right here, Sean Tucker. They don't. They give it to him on first down, but Mark, Joseph and company, that NC State defense right there.
Yeah, and I like the way the formation started for Syracuse. They started in that 3-by-1 set with their running back offset to the single receiver side, putting more defenders away from the running back. I think they're going to continue to get into that 3-by-1 look and start to place defenders in areas where they're not going to bring Sean Tucker. Now they're back in 2-by-2, motioning to 3-by-1.
8th TFL of the game for NC State. Schrader now rolling.
Got him.
Has a receiver open, just missed him. Again in the middle of that field, that was Devon Cooper, who was wide open.
Wide.
Schrader missed him, underthrew him.
And you see the play fake. NC State knows 34 needs to get the football more. Everybody bites up, and you see there's not anyone within 20 yards of Devon Cooper and Garrett Schrader. You need to make that throw. You know, he's capable of doing that. I don't know what it is going through his mind, his body right now, but he's got to get that. Now they'll line up in that 3-by-1 set that we talked about.
3rd and 11. Schrader flushed out of the pocket over the middle, incomplete. Joshua Pierre-Louis on the coverage, but Schrader was running for his life.
Yeah, he was, and you know, that play I think would have been, you know, first of all, not necessary if that first ball went to Devon Cooper on target. It's just, you know, it's a tough deal. You're at 3rd and 11. You got a Wolfpack defense that is hyped up, came out of the locker room a little bit fresh, brought pressure, and good 3-and-out to start the second half for NC State.
Yeah, now Thayer Thomas is standing with his heels on Syracuse 46-yard line. He'll make a fair catch right there, and that's where NC State will take over with a 21-point lead with the ball inside Syracuse territory.
And so the focus was obviously, okay, what does Syracuse need to do to put more points on the board? But now when you look offensively for NC State, it's going to be sustaining drives. Continue to work the ball downfield. I think you can get Thayer Thomas involved a little bit more in the passes over the middle, some more crossing routes and play action, because although the run hasn't been as successful in the past few games for NC State, they've had a steady dose of it in the first half and some success with Bam Knight and Ricky Person.
Person with a touchdown in that first half. He'll get the call here to start the second, and he moves the pile. Look at him churning it inside the 35, and a late flag coming in. Kingsley Jonathan lost his helmet in this scrum.
Personal foul, number 9 on the defense, participating without a helmet. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
That's a tough call right there, but I guess it's for his safety. But I mean, if you lost your helmet, you'd probably still play, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, you know, I would, and I'd probably get a penalty. But 79, I want you to watch the end of play. This is Ike Ekwonu. He's probably the top-rated offensive tackle in the country. Watch how he finishes this play. That's a pancake block. That's a pancake at the end of the play. He does not stop when progress stops. Right? He stops when that whistle echoes in his ear. Great job, and that's one of the reasons, the aggressive tenacity from 79 that he's ranked so high on these draft boards.
6'4", 320. Leary looking to throw, spun out of the pressure, and was able to pick up about a yard. Mikel Jones brought him down, but just played that fake. Look at him standing here after the play, fake the person.
I'm like, I thought he was handed the ball off. He didn't move at all. You got to do a little bit more than that, but nice little spin move, got out of it. Good stop by Syracuse on first down, and they're going to need to follow that up with a couple more stops as NC State's inside the 20.
Now Leary changes the play up. Person moving to his right. Flags come down.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Rare mistake from this NC State offense. Hadn't seen many of them today. Bunch of penalties in the first half against the Wolfpack, most of which were against the defense. They had a hard time getting off the field early. They've corrected some of those issues. Now second down and 14. Syracuse comes with just 4. Person will get sacked. 2 of those 4 got to him, including Mikel Jones.
And good job by Mikel Jones on a little delay blitz. Did a great job working through the middle. You'll see number 3. Good swim move on the guard and then got vertical right in Devin Leary's face. And we talked about needing in back-to-back stops. Now we have, can't even count this high.
24.
Third and 24.
I didn't count that high. I just saw the graphic. 3rd and 24. This is exactly what Syracuse had to have.
Yeah.
Talk about backs against the wall defensively. Now Leary will try and pick it up over the middle. Has Thayer Thomas open. Can he get the first down? He does. Inside the 20. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry. Wrong stick.
It's so
far. I couldn't possibly imagine that it could be that far, and it was. 15 yards on the gain, but it'll bring up 4th down and 9.
Yeah, you just got back past the line of scrimmage that they started at, but this is what we talk about with the success for Syracuse's defense. It's the negative plays on 1st and 2nd down, and that's when their pass rush can get involved. A good job of just playing top down on that route and making the tackle, forcing the field goal.
Christopher Dunn on the attempt. 37 yards, and it's good. NC State uses their first offensive possession here in the second half to add to their lead. It's 31-7 here in the 3rd quarter.
Hi, I'm Lori Grenier. You may know me from Shark Tank. I wanted to share with you a better way to start your day.
Does the thought of making your bed in the morning just make you want to go back to bed? Messy sheets, untucked sheets, and lifting a heavy mattress to tuck the sheets under can be back-breaking, nail-breaking, and sometimes impossible. Guest beds, day beds, kids beds. There's got to be a better way. Introducing Better Better, the fast and easy way to make any bed in just seconds.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and my mom invented the Better Better because I'm lazy. But is it Better Better? Well, it's a giant headband that wraps around the sides of your mattress.
With Better Better, you can make your bed in seconds. No more lifting heavy mattresses because your sheets just tuck in. It's so easy, anyone can and will do it. Do your fitted sheets pop off? Do you have trouble finding sheets that fit your bed? With Better Better, loose, baggy sheets instantly conform to your bed, and fitted sheets stay in place all night. Simply put on Better Better, about 2 inches below the top of your mattress. Put it on once, and it's part of the mattress for the life of the mattress. Then easily tuck any sheet into Better Better. Lay your comforter, and you're done. There's no lifting your mattress. It's that easy. Say bye-bye to broken fingernails and backs that ache. Plus, you can use Better Better to hold your remote control, phone, even your glasses so they stay within reach and safe. And best of all, Better Better works with any type of sheets on any type of bed. Imagine never needing to lift a heavy mattress again. Now making your bed is a snap.
Make your mornings better with Better Better.
Call or go online now to order your Better Better in your choice of size, from twin to king, starting at just $39.99. Order today and find out how you can save up to 50% off plus free shipping on additional units. Your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. Order now at getbetterbetter.com.
Last year, inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score. Van Dyke, pitch Rooster, took the hit, touchdown Canes!
Good to see the bases from Kansas to the left of that dude with the wolf head there. 31-7. A lot to cheer about for Wolfpack fans here today. NC State got off to a really slow start at home, but really turned on the style in that second quarter and so far here in the third.
And that sideline for NC State, they've been up all night. You see him on the sideline rocking back and forth, getting some energy for their team.
Cooper Lutz trying to give his team some energy. Good return out to the 29. We talked about this family, the Thomas family. Thayer Thomas, the receiver, and Drake Thomas, the linebacker. And both of them have had really good games today.
Yeah, I mean look at these numbers. And the 3 receptions for 67 yards. Thayer Thomas, that really explosive play in the first half. And then Drake Thomas, he has been all over the field. And any time that you're playing this NC State team, really the game plan is try to avoid the middle of the field because Drake Thomas makes all these tackles. Last time we really saw a team try to run the ball in the middle was Louisville against NC State, and Drake Thomas had 15 tackles in that one with 2 sacks.
He has a pick 6 tonight.
There it is.
Back to the outside. He's got Schrader ahead to block for him. You can see the speed as he turns the corner. Tariq Pitts finally ran him out of bounds, but that's 16 yards on first down.
All right, we look at this play. They get into that 3-by-1 unbalanced set. Now, the right side of the screen is where fewer defenders are going to be, and they can add an extra blocker with Garrett Schrader out in front. I think in that first half.
That was over. Personal foul. Defense number 24.
Interesting.
15-yard penalty. First down.
That's Tariq Pitts, and that's going to add to that. 16 yards on the run, 15 on the penalty.
In that first touchdown run by Sean Tucker, it was that exact same play that kind of happened by accident because we had that great block on the outside by Garrett Schrader. This time that was schemed and planned. Now they're in that formation again.
Tucker's going to be dropped. Devon Boykin met him at the line of scrimmage. Drake Thomas helped out. No gain.
Tackled by number 45, Davin Dan.
And that's what we talked about, Chris, at halftime. We were just having a discussion of like, what can Syracuse do? Yeah. The way Garrett Schrader's been passing the ball, he's 3 for 13, been inaccurate. You can't throw the ball to come back from this deficit, so let's dictate where the defense lines up, and you saw that 16-yard run. That's what they did.
Schrader's going to throw. That's the motion man. Got a block on the outside. That's going to be a first down. Sherrod Johnson carries it forward for a gain of about 18 on the play.
And Dino Babers, he's an offensive mind. I mean, there's no way that he's not going to change up the game plan. You see, it's a difference. You're getting pullers, you're getting the play action, you're getting the rollout. The little quick ones out, and Maximilian Mang, 47, was out lead blocking. And this is the type of drive that Syracuse needs. Move the ball down the field, trade field goals for touchdowns, and you get back in it.
Schrader's going to keep it. Caught from behind and dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Number 16, Garrett Schrader on the quarterback keep.
That looked like Corey Durden. Yeah, Durden from his nose tackle spot.
And now you see the defensive line rotating in and out. Tony Gibson wants to get those guys fresh up on the line of scrimmage because this is one of the few drives this whole game that Syracuse has sustained. And good job of getting that substitution in. So hard nowadays with the up-tempo offenses, but Syracuse going back to that unbalanced set.
Cooper Lutz now in the game. Schrader's going to look to throw on the backside, but no one was open. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. Devon Boykin and Josh Harris Josh Harris got that big 6'4", 350-pound body rolling, and no one was going to stop him.
And just, play took way too long to develop. They're trying to have the complement play off of that weak side run, and it was a good job by Tanner Engel, number 10, not biting up on the run fake. Tanner Engel, they nicknamed him the human missile because he comes downhill. That time he did a good job of staying back, and now on 3rd and long, 3rd and 18.
Tony Gibson described Tanner Engel's play as watching 70 car crashes a game. Now Schrader's going to have to call a timeout.
Oh, man.
The promising drive now is left with 3rd and 18 for the Orange. What can Dino Babers cook up? We'll find out.
Fuel your grind with Gatorade's proven formula and the right blend of electrolytes to help you on your journey to greatness.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40...
Let me guess, less energy? Less drive?
Definitely.
It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age.
Happened to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text TRIO to 321321. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix. Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text TRIO to 321321. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's TRIAL to 321321.
I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I can't tell you the last time I looked at my credit card statement. Hi, I'm Yaya, founder of Truebill, a simple app to help you stay on top of your spending, save money, and make sense of your finances. It's an automated accountant for busy people. Download Truebill today.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Syracuse down 24 and facing a 3rd and 18 here in Raleigh. Jalen Johnson has an injury update on the Orange.
Guys, so Josh Black is actually out of uniform now for Syracuse. He's on the sideline. He has his left arm in a sling, and I asked Coach Babers at half if he could tell me exactly what the injury was, and he would not disclose the exact injury, but Josh is out for this game, guys.
Well, that's going to be a blow to this Syracuse defense, already reeling right now, really having to stem the tide, Mark. You got to stop NC State the rest of this second half because your offense just isn't explosive enough to put those kind of points on the board.
And now you got to make sure you get in field goal position if you're Syracuse. We talked about the 46-yard attempt. They decided to go for it on 4th down on the 30 last time, or in the first half. Got to get down to the 25.
Schrader facing pressure underneath. That's a nice little dump off. How many yards will it be for Devon Cooper? Got close to the original line of scrimmage, but it'll bring up 4th and 12. 7 yards.
And that should be enough to send the field goal team out.
Schmidt's an outstanding kicker. Won the Groza Award, as a matter of fact, back in 2018. That's how long he's been here, and he still has another year. $45 yards on the attempt here for Andre Schmidt. Good snap, good hold. Schmidt puts a leg into it, and it's good. Matching field goals here in the second half. NC State still leads by 21.
You've spent years dreaming up your business plan, saving every dollar, searching for the right location, and perfecting your product. Auto Owners insures your small business, because it isn't small to you.
Only 36 more to go.
That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
Love the delicious taste of fried foods? Now you don't have to say no. Enjoy all the crunch without the calories when you create healthy, delicious meals with Cuisinart's Air Fryer Toaster Oven. Our innovative technology lets you fry food with ultra-hot air and 98% less oil for healthier results, and no messy cleanup or lingering odors. With 7 functions, this multitasking oven also bakes, broils, convection bakes and broils, warms and toasts, so you'll use it every day. Say yes to healthy and delicious with the Cuisinart Air Fryer Toaster Oven.
Celebrate softness season with Tommy John. Longer evenings require perfect pajamas and luxurious loungewear, so indulge her with insanely soft fabrics that last. They're machine washable, easy care, and easy to gift. We've got something for everyone with hand-selected gift sets and breathable bras that solve all her problems. Make this year memorable. Surprise her with silky, soft support. Be quick, our gift sets sell out fast.
Go to TommyJohn.com now for 20% off site-wide in the Black Friday sale.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-721-7089. Again, that's 800-721-7089.
41 left to go in the third quarter here in Raleigh, North Carolina. NC State up 31-10 over Syracuse, having to win today, and then they'll get North Carolina on this very field on Friday after Thanksgiving. They win that game, then they got to pull for a Boston College win over Wake Forest, and they'll be representing the Atlantic in the ACC championship game the following Saturday. So still a lot left to get to as that kick sails out of bounds, but they're taking care of business tonight so far, Mark. Had to win today, and they're up big here in the third quarter.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball be placed at 35-yard line. First down.
And this defense, this Syracuse defense, has got to get off the field. They got to figure out a way to do it quickly because they're not. They can strike quickly in the run game offensively, but it's not going to happen as often as it's going to need to happen in the fourth quarter if they can't get off the field here.
Yeah, and seemingly they've only struck big in the run game, right? It's either been nothing, or a big run. Talking about Syracuse offense, and so they need to have touch the ball on multiple possessions, and it starts now. It starts, this is team football. You got to get NC State off the field, get the ball back in the hands of Garrett Schrader and Sean Tucker.
Bam Knight has a kickoff return for a score, gets to the second level and runs through some arm tackles to get it into Syracuse territory, 18 yards.
It's just great job up front. And watch the left tackle, Ike Ekwonu, get up on Marlowe Wax #2 at the linebacker position. And just good hard running. Right down the middle, right down the chute. That was the longest run of the night for Bam Knight.
Tim Beck and his NC State offense in no hurry with this 21-point lead. Knight again. That time met in the hole and driven back. Terry Lockett was there, the freshman. Give him just a yard.
Brought down by number 23, Justin Barron.
Barron also on the tackle. This is one of those players, you talk about some guys that are kind of coming to the fore in the latter part of the year. Justin Barron's had a really good year.
And mentioned it earlier, but he was a wide receiver, and he moved over to safety. And you know, a lot of times you don't equate that physicality with a wide receiver, but he has it. And really, the only thing that held him back earlier in the year was just learning the system. And now with him caught up in terms of knowledge, he and Rob Hanna have a good rotation going at that safety position.
Another big catch by Tootle. How about Leary hanging in the pocket too and finding Tootle? That position has become so important in this offense.
Yeah, it really has, and it's only developed in the second half of this season. Or in the beginning of the season, it was, you only saw Thayer Thomas, Emeka Emezi, and Devin Carter make catches. That was it. That was the entire offense, sprinkling some run here and there. But the second half of the season has got to be encouraging for Tim Beck, because you've seen C.J. Riley, you've seen Porter Rooks make plays, you've seen Tootle and Penix also show up.
Leary with all kinds of time, going to the end zone, and that's good coverage on the outside. Trying to get to Emezi. Garrett Williams with a nice job of covering them all down the sideline.
And if you remember, Garrett Williams went out with an injury in the first half, so good to see him back in the game. You're going to need him back there. Good protection by the offensive line. And we mentioned earlier in the game, in terms of running backs protecting, Zonovan Knight, Bam Knight, has done a really good job in terms of pass protection for NC State this year. Good pickup on that blitz.
Now Porter Rooks in motion. Flag down. They'll get it to Rooks on the screen. And he's able to pick up 5. But let's check the marker.
Offside. Defense, number 45. Penalty will be accepted. 5 yards. Still second down.
Kayvon Darton responsible. NC State will obviously take the penalty yardage and get the down back. It'll bring up second down at about 6. Make it a long 5.
Darton's a big body in there. 5'11", 295, stout, hard to move. Just lined up offside.
Give tonight. Not very far to go. Lockett again on the stop.
Derek Lockett's been playing well.
Yeah.
And so important in the 3-3-5 defense to have your nose tackle be disruptive. And you know, this is a kid. He's a true freshman, not a COVID freshman. True freshman. He had his senior season canceled because of COVID. So, you know, you talk about late in the season coming on. He hadn't played football in over a year. He's had 2 big plays on this drive.
Big play here for Syracuse defense. They bring some pressure on Leary. It's picked up. Nice pass and catch. What a beautiful pass. And Porter Rooks, the COVID freshman, was on the receiving end.
Great job by Rooks on the corner route, and an even better football thrown. Syracuse came out in a little cover 2, and that's that soft spot in cover 2, right behind the corner in front of the safety. Good connection. And you see the touch that Devin Leary puts on the football. I think one of the things that makes him so good and so efficient is that he doesn't just throw bullets. He throws catchable footballs. Porter Rooks brought that one in.
Inside of 3 minutes in this third quarter, Leary rolls. Has a receiver on the outside. Tootle made the catch. He was eyeing the end zone for his second score of the night, but Jihad Carter came in and snuffed that one out.
Nice tackle by Jihad Carter. Really good job coming from that post safety position, rolling down on the bootleg. Nice physical tackle. Let's hope that Tootle's all right.
Yeah, Tootle's shaken up again. That's the second time he's been shaken up tonight. Was able to bounce back from the first time. Looks like they're looking at that left shoulder.
I don't know. I feel like you don't want to hurt him because all he did last time was come back and make a touchdown catch.
Good point. Jalen, what do you got?
He actually went through concussion protocol at halftime and was cleared to play. So you guys want to actually really pay attention to this, make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, that's a good point, though, Jalen, that you make, is that whenever you go through concussion protocol, they're always going to keep a keener eye on the rest of the night, especially from an injury standpoint. Anything could sideline you for the rest of the way.
And you see that contact on the left shoulder, which is what they're looking at, right on the hit. As Jihad Carter comes in, that left shoulder is upfield, and just right at the front of the helmet, the face mask hits that shoulder, and a lot of times that just, results in a bruise right on that AC joint.
Jihad Carter having a word fist pound with the umpire. Probably telling the umpire that you don't necessarily want him in the middle of the field.
Oh my goodness.
You'd rather have him go behind the quarterback. That's a story for a different time. 2nd down and 8. Thomas got a blocker in front of him and scores.
Well, competition was brought up a lot on the phone call with the Thomas brothers this week. And they talked about that competition, and they tried to downplay it a little bit, but hey, Drake goes out, has a couple sacks, has an interception for a touchdown. Thayer says, I can do that too. Give me a little flip, weaves his way in for a touchdown. These two are having a fantastic night, and tell you what, their family is probably watching this game and very happy.
First touchdown running the football this year for Thomas, to go with 6 touchdowns through the air. Jen, what do you got?
The Thomas brothers told us, believe it or not, their parents never talked to them about getting an athletic scholarship to go to college. They said their parents were all about academics when they were growing up. So even though they saw that their sons were talented, they never talked about that. They said, you guys are going to go to school, get an education. But it seems like all their sons ended up being pretty big studs on the field.
Yeah, and Lex has verbally committed to NC State. We'll see if he signs on signing day. That's the 15th of December, so that's coming up in about 3 weeks. But could have their 3rd Thomas brother here in Raleigh, and that was actually a pass. So it was a 7th touchdown reception for Thayer Thomas on the year. So Thayer has one today. His brother, Drake, has one today. I'm sure Lex is looking on saying, I'm going to get a few of those in a Wolfpack uniform before my time is done too.
Thayer Thomas came into the day with 18 career touchdowns, which is 5th in school history. That just added to it as he moves up that list.
Hey, Monday night we got a college basketball doubleheader. Charleston Southern and Georgia Tech at 7. Then our featured game follows. Coach K, number 7 Duke, hosting the Citadel at Cameron Indoor. Both games are right here on the ACC network and on the ESPN app. This area of North Carolina this time of year, Mark, I mean, there was a game at Cameron last night. There was a basketball game at Wake Forest today. Earlier today, there was a football game at Keenan in North Carolina, just down the road here. And today we've got this great game tonight in front of this amazing crowd at Carter Finley. There's always something going on here on the Research Triangle this time of year. Syracuse has got to get something going on right now. Schrader hits his receiver. That's good. And that'll be an 11-yard gain. Devon Cooper on the catch.
Good job by Cooper, though, just hanging on to it. Another low throw from Garrett Schrader.
Cooper began his career at Arizona, went to UTEP, transferred in his first year here at Syracuse. And Lataj Harris transferring out. Trevor Pena injured. They need receivers to step up. Daniel Joseph on the tackle.
When we talked to the coaches about Devon Cooper, really they say, look, this guy he's happy all the time. There's certain players, certain guys that you're around that just you go around them and you're just in a better mood when you leave their presence. He's always smiling, he's always positive. And it really wasn't, until later in the year where we started really understanding the scheme and being able to fit into this offense. Last week he had 4 catches for 19 yards. Today he's already had 2 catches for 17.
Schrader again to throw. Ethan Fischler on the receiving end. Spreading it out to his receivers, 5 yards on the pitch and catch.
Run out of bounds by number 12. Devon Boykin.
Final minute of this third quarter.
Bring up 3rd down and 6 from the 40-yard line.
Lead was 21 at the half. NC State has extended it to 28. Still with hopes of winning the ACC. It would be their first title since 1979. Got to win this week and next as well, though, just to have a shot at it. Schrader quickly out. That's again Cooper. We'll get it into NC State territory. So for the first time tonight, Mark, this passing game working a little bit for Syracuse.
And these are the quick routes. These are the quick out routes. I think early in the game, they were having some kind of slower developing routes, keeping a tight end and running back into block. Now they're just saying, look, we got to get 5 out, make the linebackers cover our running backs, cover our tight ends, and have the quick hitters. Now they're back in that unbalanced formation, 3-by-1. This is the same formation they scored that long touchdown run on in a very similar part of the field.
We'll have to wait till the fourth quarter to see if they run behind that same formation. 38-10, NC State with the lead after 3.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance.
Dr. Pepper Fansville studio update. Jordan Cornette here, midway through the third. Pitt, Virginia, and Kenny Pickett links up with Jordan Addison for his third touchdown of the day. Pitt leads over UVA 34-31. Cotter, hers?
All right, thanks, JC. That's a big game. You talk about, you know, the implications as far as this game goes for the Atlantic. That's a huge game for the Coastal. Tucker. Just other than one big run tonight, Mark, he has not been able to get anything going.
No, he hasn't, and it's been the interior of this Wolfpack defense. Whether you talk defensive line with Corey Durden and Daniel Joseph, or on the second level with Drake Thomas and Devon Betty, they just have been so good at sniffing out the gaps and not allowing any running room.
Schrader's going to keep it outside, inside the 40. Going to block downfield. Gets it down to about the 28.
And there it is, right? That's the other one. That's the thing we haven't seen enough in this game, is the pull and the Schrader run for big yardage. Betty got stuck on a block, and Derek Pitts, good job of pulling up. That would have been a penalty. Learned from a mistake earlier in the game. And they're living in that 3-by-1 set. It's easier to see what defense NC State's in.
That's going to be a hold on the edge. Tucker got about 4 yards, but they'll bring that one back.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, so first down.
It was Matthew Bergeron, number 60. Really just tackled Levi Jones on the edge. You see it here. Right there, yeah, that's a hold.
That one's not in the scrum either. That's out wide open.
Yep. No analysis needed.
No, Bergeron upset about that. Another one of these Canadian players.
Look for the shot to the top of the screen. Man-to-man coverage.
Lutz is in the backfield now. He's out in the pass pattern. Schrader's going to try and run for it. Can't spin away from that last tackler. That was Durden who got in. This defensive line's done a nice job tonight, Mark, of tackling Schrader. When they've had him bottled up, if he gets free, he's going to go for big plays. And he's had a few chunk plays, but nothing really major. And when they've gotten him, they've held him in check.
Yeah, and the impressive part is a lot of the pressure is coming from the outside. That time, it was Davin Van who got the initial pressure, but when you talk about nose tackles in a 3-3 defense, they have to be at home all the time. You can't be running out of your gaps. Corey Durden has been the recipient of a lot of these scrambles up the middle, but to your point, he's been solid in that middle, not allowing anyone to break out.
Now Schrader has all kinds of time going to the end zone. And that time, really good coverage. Ingle was on top of Sherrod Johnson and just wouldn't let him out of his sight.
Yeah, phenomenal coverage. by Tanner Engel. You know, he's known as a run-stopping safety, very downhill. But it's just it's a phenomenal job of recognizing the vertical route, playing the inside hip, turning your head around when you see the wide receiver look back for the football. And because he turned his head around, even though there's a little bit of body contact, there's no flag, because it's, you know, that's how you teach it, perfect coverage.
DC Tony Gibson said he thinks he's a linebacker. Played like a cornerback on that play. 3rd and 20. Schrader's going to roll out. Pressure's coming. Now he's rolling back this way. Still more pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Flag on the play, but he's brought down for the sack. Once again, Vi Jones got to him.
Holding, offense number 57, penalty, they decline, 4th down.
That's a big loss on the play. 3rd and 20, desperation enough. This is 4th and a mile.
And we saw the closing speed of this NC State defense when we watched the Louisville game a few weeks ago. Malik Cunningham has been so good at scrambling around, but when you watch the trigger and the ability to close on the runner, the scrambling quarterback, this NC State defense, they're the best in the league at it, by far. I mean, you saw that by Vi Jones on that last play. Nowhere for Garrett Schrader to escape or have time to throw.
Hawkins to punt this one away. Thomas try to receive it from his own 7. Can he get to the corner? Might not matter. We got flags all over the place. He steps out of bounds, and we'll check the marker before we go to break. Got it out to about the 17, but I have a feeling, especially with them placing the flags where the call was made, this is coming back.
Yeah, there's a block coming back.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 36, penalties half the distance to the goal. Receiving team keeps the ball, 1st down.
Early 4th quarter, NC State looking to churn a little clock when we come back up big.
For everyone from players to parents, football offers unlimited growth with even more to learn. Visit futureforfootball.com to get ahead of the game. Find out where to play, what equipment to use, and get the latest from leagues around the country, including pro tips and parental info from the experts. These resources make it easier than ever to create your plan and make your play.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Last year, inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score.
Van Dyke, his rooster, took a hit. Touchdown, Canes!
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-721-7089. Again, that's 800-721-7089.
Tonight after Virginia Tech and Miami, the huddle quartet of Jordan Cornette, Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel, and the coach, Mark Richt, back with complete breakdowns of all 7 ACC games today. The huddle right here on the ACC Network and on the ESPN app. Jordan Houston in the game now, a tailback for NC State. He'll get the carry here. Snakes his way for about 5 yards. It took NC State a little while to get going, Mark, but once they did, midway through that second quarter, you got the big play to Thayer Thomas. You had the kickoff return for a touchdown from Bam Knight, and then you look at their last 4 possessions, very effective.
Yeah, very effective, and that's been the story the last couple of weeks with NC State. They, both teams had a slow start last week in that Wake Forest matchup, and then it was right before half with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. It was touchdown, and just the cap came off. They've played really good complementary football. You talk about all 3 phases working together. I mean, special teams can't. You just can't not notice the production in the return game for NC State in the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's phenomenal, and that's the type of stuff you want to start taking place right now. November is when you want to have everything start coming together, especially in the return game. Take a little bit more pressure off your offense and your defense.
And especially when you're still alive for championships, as NC State is as far as the ACC is concerned. And they got some big fish to fry still on the horizon. 3rd and 1 here. Leary to throw. Has a receiver wide open. Penix flagged down as Penix is dragged out of bounds after picking up the necessary yards for the first down. But let's check that marker. 19 yards on the completion. Marker well downfield.
Offensive pass interference, number 88. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd down.
On Devin Carter. Let's check in with Jalen on the field.
Guys, Christopher Tootle is out of this game with a shoulder injury and will not return.
All right, thank you, Jalen. You saw Tootle with that injury down here near the goal line. It's a shame we won't see him anymore. He's had a really good game.
Yeah, he has, and it's that position that Trent Penix also plays. And a lot of times when you have that kind of swing player, that H-back, that tight end position, you usually have one of them, right? And that one guy is so important. NC State's developed multiple guys like that, and a lot of that position are former quarterbacks, former wide receivers that were a little big, a little bit athletic, that they've made into this versatile H-back position, and they've been very, very productive.
Dump off to Houston. He won't get nearly enough to pick up that first down. Marlowe Wax was on coverage and made the stop, so the Syracuse defense is going to force NC State to punt from their own end zone.
And you see Jordan Houston, he's another guy that is kind of waiting in the wings at that running back position. He's had some games where he's been very productive. Whether it's been in crunch time or at the end of the game, they really trust him with the football, and they don't mind throwing it to him, handing the ball off. And you think about just kind of waiting in the wings. He's behind a sophomore and a junior, so it's good to see him get some touches and some production in this game.
Yeah, other fans around the ACC are wondering when Knight and Person are going to go. They still got eligibility left. 38-10 here in the 4th.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills and simply toss those old bottles of pills. But thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone. Look, thieves use your trash to get credit cards in your name. Then you're responsible for the bills. But ID Police permanently prints a unique encryption graphic that makes it impossible to read through, both on the front and through the back, even if the paper is held up to the light. And it works on all forms of paper, matte or glossy. Paper shredders are slow and always jam. But roll with ID Police and you're in control. Watch again. Here's a bank statement with your name and account number. Now, one easy roll and all your personal information is blocked. Name and address? Blocked. Credit card number? Blocked. Phone, electricity, and gas bill? Now they're all safe to toss in the trash. So relax. Even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. And did you know those receipts have information too? So carry ID Police with you and have peace of mind. perfect for professionals always on the go. So block it out before you throw it out and thwart any thief with the ID Police. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. That's right, free shipping. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Don't wait. Call now.
To order your special offer, ID Police, call 1-800-504-9074. That's 1-800-504-9074. Call or visit IDpolice.com. So call 1-800-504-9074 now.
Congratulations, the NC State women's cross-country team, national champions. They won the championship this morning, placed 5 women among the top 32 to outlast BYU. So congratulations to the Wolfpack. You know, we had Jim Phillips, ACC commissioner, up here. We saw him in the booth today. He's at this game, and this just goes to show you how wide-ranging the sports and the success stories are in this conference. Women's soccer, fantastic. Now we got 7 teams out of the conference, too, that have become bowl eligible.
Yeah, it really is true. I think a lot's made of the ACC with the football and not having someone competing for that playoff spot this year, but this is probably the most balanced we've ever seen, well, at least in the past 10, 15 years. We've seen this league in football. And then when you look outside of football, especially in the women's sports, I mean, it is such a dominant conference in a lot of the Olympic sports. And it's great to see.
Yeah, had great baseball, I was going to say, last spring. NC State, team that really had their dreams cut short with positive tests for COVID as they made their way through the bracket in Omaha, and were just one win away from getting to the championship series before their season was cut short. They were celebrated today here on the field. ACC is a dominant lacrosse league. Here's Schrader. He's got a block downfield. Stays in bounds, and he'll score. Well, he got a great block downfield, Mark, and the athleticism he showed to stay in bounds. I thought he was going out at about the 15. Instead, he turns it into a big run and a score.
In the speed. Yeah, Garrett Schrader, 6'5". He's got those long strides. But this is what Syracuse needed in the first half. And you see him run away from Drake Thomas, who's chasing him. And Drake Thomas is a fast linebacker. And that's the type of plays that Syracuse can have. We talked about how they score from outside the red zone all the time. It's just, there's no consistency, right? We haven't seen the consistency in the drives. And that's the difference in the game.
Nice job by Mike Midkiff, the holder, to get that hold down. Point after try is good. 38-17, Syracuse is hanging around.
Don't be shy now. I like that prime cut. I love my gold jacket, but that Aflac blue feels so right.
When you feel right, you coach right.
I know that's right. Prime never believed in double coverage, but the health insurance in Aflac is money.
Must be money. And I know how Coach Prime feels about money.
Now that is what this jacket needs.
Must be money.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover at Aflac.com.
PNC Bank believes that if your phone can help you track your pizza,
Cody, where are you, buddy?
then your bank should help you track your spending. Virtual Wallet is so much more than a checking account. Its low cash mode feature gives you at least 24 hours of extra time to help you avoid an overdraft fee.
He's got to be close.
6 blocks in the other direction. Make a left, make a left, make a left. He made a right again.
Virtual Wallet with low cash mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference.
Celebrate softness season with Tommy John. Longer evenings require perfect pajamas and luxurious loungewear, so indulge her with insanely soft fabrics that last. They're machine washable, easy care, and easy to gift. We've got something for everyone with hand-selected gift sets and breathable bras that solve all her problems. Make this year memorable. Surprise her with silky, soft support. Be quick, our gift sets sell out fast.
Go to TommyJohn.com now for 20% off site-wide in the Black Friday sale.
Last year, inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score. Van Dyke, his rooster, took a hit. Touchdown, Canes!
Lots of good topics, lots of good guests today. It's go time.
Garrett Schrader goes 48 yards for the score, 38-17 now. NC State with the lead. 8:45 left to go in this fourth quarter. Schrader's rushing numbers are once again going to be stat stuffers. Unfortunately, Sean Tucker, although he has over 100 yards, is just 55 of them were on one carry in that first half, and he just hasn't been the dominant self that we're used to seeing. Devin Leary coming back onto the field for NC State. He got off to a slow start tonight before, hitting a couple of deep balls. Found Thayer Thomas, found Devin Carter's receivers, went up to get the ball, and that really kind of changed things for him. And look at where he stacks up. I mean, the ACC is loaded with good quarterbacks that put up huge numbers, and maybe Leary's numbers aren't up there as much, but they're not that far behind.
Yeah, when you look at the only one he's behind is Kenny Pickett, who's, top of the draft board and as far as quarterbacks go. And I think today, he's been so efficient. You look at his stats, he's completed 71% of his throws and has had 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. But I guess just in comparison, right? The last 3 games, he's had 4 touchdown passes in each of those games. So you're saying, oh, he's having a down day. Like, this is a pretty good day for any quarterback, especially you look at the number of passes he's thrown, only 21, and that's by design. They know what's ahead of them. They understand where they're at in this game right now, and they started the game off with a lot of runs. Last week, they did not feed their running backs very much. They put it all on the wide receivers and quarterback. Now they wanted to give them a little rest in the beginning of this game, save them for, if necessary, late in the game, and running game handled its own.
And how about this? Really well-placed screen pass, and a nice job by Person, taking it into Syracuse territory.
And Chris, you do not want to get in front of these offensive linemen on screen passes. Again, it's the same guys getting out in front. That's Dylan McMahon and Grant Gibson. I mean, look at them. They're just destroying dudes on the sideline. It's taking them all the way down to the ground. I mean, that's
20 yards downfield.
It's a problem. I've been in that position. I've been there with an offensive lineman coming full speed at me, and sometimes you just gotta destroy your own body to create a pile or something. But that good job and good execution.
Person showing patience, give him a couple of yards. That's the 25th carry of the night for NC State. And that doesn't sound like a lot for a lot of teams, but I think it is for them, Mark, when you think about what they've done over the last month or so.
Yeah, and just, again, you look at last week. Bam Knight had 2 rushes for 4 rushes for 30 yards. Ricky Persons had 8 rushes for 36 yards. And you talk about 25, that's where they need to be. That's kind of the sweet zone. 25 to 30 combined for the backs.
Right about 50% in terms of pass play selection and running the football. Goes to the second level. That's a beautiful play. That was a great decision by the quarterback, wasn't it, Mark? He could have dumped it down low. He had Penix, but instead he decided to go up top to Porter Rooks and get a bigger chunk play.
That's the vision. It all works together. You see Penix coming across the middle. Defender's eyes are on that low route. Good job of finding his receiver on the back end. And we talk about the run setting up the pass. That was a perfect example. The outside zone to the left has been working. Now you fake it, bring guys back across the field, and that's how you get away from feeding Devin Carter and Emeka on every play. I mean, you can't just throw the ball up on the outside. That's how you get the slot receivers involved. Great job by NC State.
Another 300-yard passing day for Leary. Now he hands it.
Ooh,
big collision. Person was able to get a yard, but Justin Barron came in and flag on the play. That was a big collision right at the line of scrimmage.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11 on the defense. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Carries the first down. That's number 11's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
Unsportsmanlike going against Jihad Carter.
You see that hit at the line of scrimmage. I don't know where 11 is. He's off the screen. A lot of times it's either he said something and the official was a little bit too close. It might have overheard him. Don't want to speculate, but either way, he takes a break.
First and goal for the Wolfpack. Person won't get there. Might even lose a yard. McKinley Williams on the stop.
Tackled by number 0, McKinley Williams. Second down and goal from the 9-yard line.
Clock winding inside of 5 minutes to play in this game. Send you back to the studio when we're done. They've got a lot of updating. Get you caught up on what happened earlier today with Wake Forest and Clemson. Night game. Leary to throw. And as receiver got cut off that time, trying to get it to Carter over the middle.
Yeah, and as Devin Carter was trying to get around the defender, he just got locked on him, wasn't able to get his head back around.
Third down and goal for the 9.
And you know, the way this game is wrapping up, it looks like the Wolfpack's going to come away with this win. And you know, where's that leave Syracuse? You know, again, they're stuck at that 5-win mark, and they're still going to have to, again, scrap together a win at the end of this season to become bowl eligible.
Yeah, they get Pitt inside the dome next week, Mark.
Yeah, so that's going to be a nice, easy matchup.
Pitt, Virginia, in a wild one, as you would expect right now as we speak. Person is powering his way inside the 5. He'll mark them down at about the 3. It'll bring up 4th and goal for NC State.
Gain of 5. Bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Pitt game right now. Pitt has the football, only up 3 with just over 3 minutes left in the game. So you know, you talk about importance of games too. If Pitt does fall in this game, the importance of that Syracuse game next week for them is going to be huge.
Huge, yeah, you're right, with the Coastal up for grabs. 22 yards on the attempt for Christopher Dunn. True on the field goal attempt. NC State 41, Syracuse 17. Final 3:45 when we come back.
On a Suspicious Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Howdy, Logan. Wonder if you can help me out with something.
Sure, Sheriff.
Looking for a couple of goalposts. Went missing after the big win last night.
What? That's awful. Who would steal a goalpost?
Say, that is a nice new swing set you got there.
Oh, this old thing makes the boy happy, I guess.
Interesting design.
Oh, yeah, it's Scandinavian. You know what? You should check the streakers across the street. They have a very suspicious new antenna.
Thanks for the tip.
Anytime, Sheriff.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
It's the season of giving, so stay tuned and find out how you can get 2 free rolls of alien tape through this limited time holiday offer. Alien tape is the double-sided removable tape that makes hanging holiday lights fast and easy. And when you're done, it peels right off. No sticky residue. Repair decorations that didn't survive storage in a flash. Stick window candles firmly in place. Secure your holiday rugs in place without damage to floors. Hang this heavy wreath in a flash. No nails or screws. Look, alien tape hangs tight, even in windy conditions. Just peel and stick. Holiday stockings are hung in a flash, and it comes right off without any damage. Make sure your holiday packages arrive at the right address. And look, even a jet wash won't take them down. Alien tape is perfect for hanging holiday signs, even on glass. And to remove it, just give it a twist, and it comes right off no sticky residue. Alien Tape makes holiday decorating fast and easy. And remember, Alien Tape is the double-sided, removable, washable, and reusable tape you'll love. You'll use Alien Tape everywhere. Use it in the bathroom. It's perfect for the kitchen. Use it indoors, use it outdoors. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of uses for Alien Tape. Get Alien Tape's limited time TV offer. Now here's your chance to order.
Call or go online to get your roll of the incredible Alien Tape for the low price of just $19.99 plus shipping and processing. But wait, order today and you can get 2 additional rolls of Alien Tape absolutely free. That's right, for a limited time, you can get 3 rolls of Alien Tape for one low price. That's an amazing amount of Alien Tape. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-285-7984. That's 1-800-285-7984, or go to tryalientape.com. So call 1-800-285-7984 or order online at tryalientape.com.
Fourth quarter here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Following the field goal, Cooper Lutz with the fair catch for Syracuse. You know, Syracuse fans won't be happy with the outcome of this game, Mark, but you can't take anything away from the season that young man has had right there. Sean Tucker went over 100 yards today, had the big 55-yard touchdown run, and he surpassed Joe Morris for the greatest single-season rushing performance in Syracuse history.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk. You see all those 3 of those guys on the left wearing that number 44. There's been a lot of talk about upgrading number 34 to the 44, and it's not going to happen this season, but you never know. I mean, you talk about just record-setting performances and record-setting seasons. He's there. He stands alone at the top now in Syracuse history, and he's been so consistent. This is his 20th game playing for Syracuse. 12 of those 20 games, including today, he's had 100 yards rushing, and he came into today trailing Kenneth Walker III by 111 yards as in kind of competition for that top rusher in the country. And Kenneth Walker only had 25 yards rushing today. With the 105 that Tucker's had, he is 31 yards behind the nation's leading rusher. And you look right there, that's the 44 tradition. And you see the last person, Rob Conrad, to wear it in 1998. There hasn't been another player to wear it since it was retired and then unretired.
Right. Fumble on the snap. Jacoby and Morgan now playing quarterback for Syracuse. Cooper Lutz in a tailback, and Coach Babers talked about that and the fact that there's no real rule, hard and fast rule in terms of who gets to wear it or how you assign it. But Babers said, look, if I'm going to assign it, I'm certainly going to talk to Conrad and the families of Floyd Little and Jim Brown and whatnot and find out what their feelings are about Sean Tucker. And by all accounts, I mean, Sean Tucker is a leader on this team. I don't know why they would have any reservation about allowing him to wear number 44.
Yeah, again, the only thing I could think of in my mind, right, is like, he's only a freshman. Say he has a down season. You don't want to see a down season with anyone in 44.
He's technically a freshman, even though he played last year, and he's played this year. He's coming close to 2,000 yards total rushing yards in his career, and he still has so many years ahead of him, Mark. If he chooses to stay here at Syracuse, which I have a feeling, he has to stay one more year. He can't go to the NFL yet. So he's got to go one more year here at Syracuse, and then he'll have some decisions to make, assuming, and we hope he stays healthy and as productive as he has been in his brief college career to this point.
Yeah, and you had a great question for Sterling Gilbert, the offensive coordinator for Syracuse this week, was, do you feel comfortable giving him that many carries? And Gilbert said, look, man, he knows how to run and not take that big hit. And we've seen it tonight. You haven't seen the big hits happen on him. He has that good forward lean in his run. He hugs the hips of his blockers, kind of gives less space for a defender to hit, and just, phenomenal back. And let's all hope he stays healthy.
All right, coming up next, day capped off by our ACC Network primetime matchup. It's presented by Geico. We'll send it to the studio immediately after this game, and then there'll be Virginia Tech and Miami. It's all presented by Geico. Both those teams go into that game 5-5, needing a win. They become bowl eligible. J.C. Price is coaching Virginia Tech with Justin Fuente and the Hokies mutually agreeing to step aside from each other. Get a closer look at Sean Tucker there.
Now the quarterback for the Wolfpack, number 2.
I saw him pregame, and he does have a thick lower body, but you mentioned it. He's 5'10", 210. Every running back in college football is 5'10", 210, right? But he just has that burst. He has something special about him. And it's like he makes cuts moving forward. You know, like, you remember watching Barry Sanders play, and it almost like he made guys miss while sitting in a chair. Like, he would sit back and get super low and make cuts, also moving forward. I don't know how you sit back and move forward, but these guys do it. And you rarely ever see him take losses. That's one thing that Barry Sanders did do. Took a lot of losses, and then he'd have the big explosive runs. Sean Tucker, he's got that agility, but he moves forward. Not saying that he's Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders, one of the best backs of all time, but he kind of has some of those similar attributes.
Aaron McLaughlin at quarterback now for NC State. So now all eyes for Wolfpack fans will be on next week's game, as if they wouldn't have been already, against North Carolina. But that game is going to have even added significance now for the Wolfpack, as North Carolina became bowl eligible earlier today. But NC State still has a shot at winning the Atlantic and representing that division in the ACC championship game with the win here tonight. They've got to beat North Carolina next week, and they've got to get help from Boston College to beat Wake Forest if they want to go to the ACC championship game and maybe win their first title since Bo Ryan led them to the ACC championship back in 1979. Final seconds tick away, and our final score tonight, 41-17. NC State with the resounding win over Syracuse. We were 0-0 for a while in this game, Mark. Neither team could get anything going offensively, but then NC State used explosive plays and opened this thing up in the second quarter and then cruised in the second half.
And for NC State, it was offensive explosive plays, the pick six by Drake Thomas in their defense, and then the Bam Knight kickoff return for the touchdown. All three phases worked together.
Fought hard. They've had ups and downs, and you know, even to see the rise of Jordan Addison throughout this season, man. I mean, put up 200 yards receiving.
4 touchdowns.
4 tugs from Kenny Pickett. I mean, what more can you say? So I'm excited to see who's going to end up being that Atlantic opponent here in this ACC championship.
It's so cool to see Kenny accomplish a season record, you know, to become the all-time leader in a single season for passing, and then at the same time to accomplish a great goal for this team. And I know he's a team-first guy, so he probably won't even acknowledge that till after, Coach. But it was cool to see him the same night.
And he gets to have a possible opportunity to beat Clemson twice in 1 year.
He would love that, wouldn't he? Karma would play a role in that one, I bet.
Kenny Pickett, 340 yards, 4 touchdowns, a couple interceptions he would want back. Just a remarkable performance. On the other side, though, you'd have to give credit to the lucky lefty and Brennan Armstrong. Threw up for 487 yards. Coming in, we didn't even know if he'd play with that rib injury. Believed to have a broken rib. Not sure. Didn't never get clarity on that. It was a rib injury. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, they just simply can't get stops. Defensively is what it comes down to. That's going to define this Virginia program, though.
Sadly, it will. And Bronco Mendenhall is a defensive mastermind. That's what he's known for, is for being such a great defensive guy. And it stinks to see, because you have such a great offense that, you know, there's so much more pressure. Can't ever get off the field if you're a defense. Can't ever get extra opportunities to seal games like this. And Pitt took advantage.
Part of the reason why they get the big numbers on offense is because they're in these types of games, and they're down to the last minute, they're launching the ball downfield time after time again. But I'm sure they'd be excited to have a little less offense and a little more defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be balanced as a football team. But again, for Brennan Armstrong to come back from that injury, to still give his team a chance to at least have a crying chance to get into the not a playoff, but the ACC side of the championship. So thought he did well.
And it's a very different year from 2018, where it was a 500 Panther team that was kind of limping or backing their way in to playing and representing the Coastal. And oh, by the way, it was Big Bad at the time, Clemson on the other side. A little bit different vibe here. Whomever it is out of the Atlantic, what we've seen from Pitt this year, we know they've got a very real shot to go out there and win a championship. So waiting for that, what do we call it? Atlantic Anarchy? Anarchy. On the other side, it continues on. Virginia Tech not eliminated yet. 14.5 minutes away from kickoff. Whole lot of talk off the field with the Canes program. Coach Manny Diaz focused on the field. We'll talk a little bit about this matchup when we return.
Here's a direct question. How long are you planning on keeping your new smile?
Yeah, that's why Smile Direct Club has their lifetime smile guarantee. Get a doctor-directed smile you love, guaranteed for life. Your life. Choose Smile. Choose Direct.
Smile Direct Club. Love the delicious taste of fried foods? Now you don't have to say no. Enjoy all the crunch without the calories when you create healthy, delicious meals with Cuisinart's Air Fryer Toaster Oven. Our innovative technology lets you fry food with ultra-hot air and 98% less oil for healthier results and no messy cleanup or lingering odors. With 7 functions, this multitasking oven also bakes, broils, convection bakes and broils, warms and toasts, so you'll use it every day. Say yes to healthy and delicious with the Cuisinart Air Fryer Toaster Oven.
It's time! Presenting the Lawnmower 4.0! Featuring skin-safe technology, and it's waterproof! Go to manscaped.com today.
Celebrate softness season with Tommy John. Longer evenings require perfect pajamas and luxurious loungewear, so indulge her with insanely soft fabrics that last. They're machine washable, easy care, and easy to gift. We've got something for everyone with hand-selected gift sets and breathable bras that solve all her problems. Make this year memorable. Surprise her with silky, soft support. Be quick, our gift sets sell out fast.
Go to TommyJohn.com now for 20% off site-wide in the Black Friday sale.
Last year, all kinds of room to run. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and he'll score.
You can never stop this train, not a lot to not this thing. All right, all right.
Van Dyke, pitch Rooster, took the hit, and keeps going. Touchdown, Canes!
Welcome back in. Let's update you on a very important game in Death Valley. Wake Forest, they win. They clinch the Atlantic. Clemson looking to stay alive. It was senior day in Death Valley. DJ Uyunglele early on showing flashes of brilliance, EJ.
Flashes of that 250-pound frame right there, man. The dude is too big. The guys can't take him down. The resourcefulness to get outside the pocket, throw up a prayer, and his answer right there by his old high school receiver right there, Jordan.
Yeah, Bo Collins, 52-yard gain up. Will Shipley with the jump pass. See back?
Coach told me there are no ugly touchdowns, but that was ugly. But they figured it out. How about Wake showing the grit here to bust it in the end zone for 6?
Cutting that lead into 7 at that point. The Demon Deacons would trail. Starting to come alive in Death Valley. Sam Hartman never looked comfortable, Coach, this afternoon.
You know why? Because he's getting pounded time after time again. Clemson's D-line just totally outmatched the offensive line of Wake Forest.
Sam Hartman frustrated. Clemson offense found its groove. Kobe Pace with the rushing touchdown. They go on to win and win big, 48-27. So now we have to re-break down this Atlantic and the path to winning the division because Wake could not do what Pitt did today. So Wake Forest does still control its own destiny. Win next week at Boston College, and they're in. But if Wake loses next week at Boston College, it opens the door for Clemson and NC State. NC State must win their last 2 games. Clemson needs Wake Forest to lose to Boston College, and NC State to lose either today, which did not happen, or now next week at UNC. So now that we've still got scenarios to play out with Atlantic Anarchy, we're calling
that's
it.
Correct.
Coach, who do you like to come out on top of the Atlantic?
Ooh.
Put you on the spot, man. I'm sorry.
I like NC State. You know,
really?
I'm not sure Wake's going to get it done. I think NC State has been dying to get a game like this against North Carolina, and would they get that game, they're in.
So in your scenario, Wake Forest, who had 2 opportunities in front of them, win today, they could not.
Right.
They go to Boston College, you don't believe that happens.
I'm
and
a
then
little
that
nervous
becomes
about that one.
an NC State team that has to win their last 2. They won today, so now they just have 1 more. EJ, how about you?
I'm kind of siding with Coach at this point. I mean, you see the defense for Wake Forest. And BC, Pat Garwell, he can run the football. Phil Jakovic, he can throw the football. So I think BC can, put their best foot forward offensively. And the defense we all know the defense is solid. So I think NC State might slide in.
I think because of the lack of mobile quarterback, not saying that Sam isn't, but clearly Jordan Travis is much more. I think that really hurt the BC pass defense. I talked about how great those guys were, top in the country, and they got lit up. I think, though, that's because they're looking, do I have to support? Do I have to come down and get this running back? With the lack of that, I think Boston College hurts them more, their pass defense, so they get that win. I think the Tar Heels go nuts. Sam Howell, if you're listening, thank you. Help me out. Tigers end up.
I was waiting for it to connect.
What a homer.
Look,
God,
I will say this. You haven't been a homer since we've shared this desk with you.
And everything.
He's never homered it before. When he's
to say that before the games today would have been a little wild, but now
it's very doable.
And just to remind you, Clemson needs Wake Forest to lose to Boston College and NC State to lose next week at UNC. And then it's the Clemson Tigers with the horrific year that they've had representing the ACC. I mean, it just speaks to resiliency of that most group.
11 victories. That's horrible for Clemson.
Such a bad year.
Really impressive stuff. All right, guys, we're going to break down this Virginia Tech at Miami matchup. Both teams with a win here. Whoever comes out of it is bowl eligible. Trey Turner, a unique story for him, traveling by way of car to get down there because of his injury. We'll explain that and break down this game when we return.
Hi, I'm Shannon Storms-Bador. When we started selling my health products online, our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster. And thanks to ShipStation's discounted rates, we're saving a ton. Honestly, we couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get ship done with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Laser X, the #1 home laser tag game on the planet. Join Team Red, Blue, or whatever color you choose. The Revolution Blaster has quick slide reload and 300-foot range. With the all-new Micro Blaster's built-in receiver, you can play blaster to blaster. The ultra-long-range blaster has the longest range of any Laser X ever, over 500 feet. The Equalizer lets you blast multiple opponents at once. You can get the Micro Blaster double set for $29.99, and shipping is free. Batteries not included. Extra blasters sold separately, must be 18 or older to order.
Welcome back in, Hokies, Canes. And if you want to win on the road, you're going to need quality quarterback play. Does Braxton Burmeister have it in him tonight, EJ?
I hope so, Jordan, because, look, this Miami defense, they like to get after the quarterback. We know Zach McCloud can get sacks. They got a bunch of young guys that can do it. But I think when Braxton has his best games is when he takes off and runs. Naturally, he's a runner, and we saw it back in the summertime. 21 miles per hour on the speed barometer check or whatever all these, fancy techs they have. But look, if he has a good game, Virginia Tech will certainly have a chance to beat the Miami Hurricanes.
Braxton Burmeister, the straw that stirs the drink for the Hokies, healthy enough, but it's been a porous Canes defense. When needed, it has not delivered. 30 points allowed in 6 straight games, its longest streak during the AP poll era. Look, a lot of chatter surrounding that Canes program coming into this one. We know there's been some disarray with Virginia Tech. Justin Fuente mutually agreeing with the group there that he was going to move on. J.C. Price, the interim coach. So a whole lot's been about off the field. Eric, what do you expect on the field this evening?
I expect to see 2 inspired football teams. I expect to see 2 football teams playing for each other, playing for the logo on the side of their helmet, the name on the back, and want to go out here and do a show. I mean, they are both playing for bowl eligibility, and that's important. That matters for guys wanting extra opportunity, guys wanting to spend that time, with their brothers for one of the last times, for a lot of these seniors. So I think we're going to see really inspired football tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. I think both teams are going to obviously play inspired, but I think Miami, man, Tyler Van Dyke, he needs a big night. He didn't look as clean against Florida State, and he's played great, the 4 or 5 weeks before that. And then Virginia Tech, been talking about the identity. Who are they? So maybe these guys kind of band together. They don't have their head coach. Try to go out there and get a win.
Talk about Miami's defense. 30 points, 6 games in a row. That's unbelievable. They got to get guys on the ground. They got to tackle better than they've been tackling.
Well, Tyler Van Dyke said he's playing for his coach out here, so that group is behind him. Like Callie said, I got my orange on, so I'm watching both these teams support. I'm expecting to see a show here in primetime. And for primetime, well, you got to have Wes Durham, you got to have Roddy Jones, you got to have Taylor Davis. Y'all enjoy the first half. We'll be here waiting for you at halftime.
Night in South Florida, and we welcome you to the Hard Rock in Miami Gardens. It's been raining off and on for about 3 days. In fact, a few minutes ago it was raining, but they're still filing in. It's senior night in the Coastal Division. Manny Diaz Hurricanes, and the interim head coach of the Hokies is J.C. Price. Virginia Tech is in town as they go to battle tonight, and it is next. We welcome you to ACC Network primetime football tonight from the Hard Rock in Miami Gardens, and it is presented by Geico. Coastal Division, Miami will run through the smoke at 5-5 and 3-3 in the ACC, and they meet Virginia Tech. And speaking of the Coastal, congratulations to Pat Narduzzi. A win today by Pittsburgh puts them in Charlotte 2 weeks from tonight in the Subway ACC Championship. You see with Miami and Virginia Tech, the winner tonight not only 4-3 in the league, but becomes bowl eligible. And we welcome you to the booth. Always great to spend Saturdays with Roddy Jones. Taylor Davis here in just a moment. This ball game, which is going on tonight, really started drawing attention on Monday. That's when Miami elected to part ways with Director of Athletics Blake James. All the while, speculation then ramps up about the future of Manny Diaz.